Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey guys, what's the Headless Horseman's favorite drink?
I don't know. What?
A decappuccino. Get it? Like decapitated.
So foamy.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Tune into your favorite podcast for the Halloween episode. Don't miss it. And don't forget to put on your headphones. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy Halloween.
Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show now proven to cause physical and permanent ear damage. I am Mark, and with me as
Sometimes
always...
brain damage.
That's the host.
Well, yeah, they've known
Sometimes
that
a little Dane Bramage can help.
Poverty's nerfed, Brian. Poverty's nerfed.
Very shrewd, Bob. Very
where were
shrewd,
we?
Mark.
Shut up, man. Now you gotta go. The show is now proven. Yeah, I said that joke already. I am Mark, and with me, as always, are the We Will and We Will to my rock you,
Derek.
Brian.
and joining us as always to say screw you to math and the accuracy to our show title, the Barney to the rest of our B sharps, Tito.
Excellent.
You like that, huh? A lot of been watching a lot of stuff lately. How's everybody doing, guys?
Doing good.
Good week?
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, anything new or exciting?
Yeah. Well, but that's what the Geek Flash.
Oh, all right, okay. Good. I meant
many
outside. I meant in the real world, but okay.
Oh, that-
Yeah, you know, every.
What's the real world?
Yeah, good call. Nobody wants to hear about that.
True story. 4 strangers forced to live in a basement, a podcast, to find out what happens
See,
when people stop being polite and start being real.
that's
the
enticing.
real world, Three
That's
Geeky Dads.
enticing right there.
I'm going to isolate that, and that's going to be our new intro from now on.
That is. It's awesome.
Don't sue us,
Poor
MTV.
The real dads.
What was that dude's
Living in a
name?
basement.
From the first, the San Diego one.
What?
Hi.
Oh, God, no. I don't know.
The skinny blonde guy. Like,
Oh, that narrows it
everybody
down.
hated him
In
and he got
Hollywood.
voted out.
Puck?
Puck.
Puck was the man. He used to eat peanut butter with his
Yeah.
fingers. That was San Francisco.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Rest
Nobody-
in peace, Pedro Zamora.
That's right.
Yeah. No. Not if you're eating
That
peanut
was
butter
like
that way.
that was perfect. Derek probably too. Like
Yeah.
that was like perfect.
Right.
Real
Right.
world.
Right.
Right there. Like,
You were-
just
you
old
were
enough
that
to be
right
the rules.
age.
Yes, the
Fucking
best.
loved. I so wanted to travel the states in a Winnebago with
Me
friends.
too.
Like, that would have been amazing.
Well, that's
Me
nothing
too.
new. People have been wanting to.
Strangers.
But eating peanut butter? What are you,
He-
Winnie
he
the
didn't-
Pooh?
He didn't use
Like,
a spoon.
I don't like
Who
that.
uses a spoon?
I don't like that. I do.
Well, you're gonna have to lick the spoon after.
Listen, two things you can't get the smell out of your fish: shit and peanut butter. So, okay, they're on there forever.
That explains your cat.
Tested and proven.
Yes, the cat.
And suddenly we all want Mark to trim his nails.
Mark tested, mother approved.
They're not too bad. Not too bad right now.
Mark, what do we got tonight?
I don't know. Good question.
Where are we?
I'm
What?
thinking about my fingernails now. They need to be cut. Tonight, the dads are losing their heads over the next Halloween movie of ours as we continue to bask in the ooey gooey, icky, sticky, Jonathan Lipnicki that is the Halloween season. That movie is the Tim Burton Johnny Depp thriller that features half the supporting cast of the Harry Potter movies getting decapitated by Cowbell King himself, Christopher Walken.
I gotta have more cowbell.
I am, of course, talking about Sleepy Hollow, the film based on the classic Washington Irving story that features a headless horseman terrorizing the countryside and killing all who don't make it across that bridge. But before we mount our horses from the rear
Phrasing.
and gallop through the thicket of trees while dodging flaming pumpkin heads, all of that sounded incredibly dirty.
Oh my.
Our own pumpkin king of potluck, Brian, is here with a yummy appetizer to start us
Help you,
off.
boys?
You got any white bread?
Yes.
I'll have some toasted white bread, please.
You want butter or jam on that toast, honey?
No, ma'am. Dry. Got any fried chicken?
Best damn chicken in the state.
Bring me 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
You want chicken wings or chicken legs?
4 fried chickens and a Coke.
And some dry white toast, please.
You all want anything to drink with that?
No, ma'am.
A Coke.
Be up in a minute.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Brian.
So tonight, as Mark just mentioned, we will be talking all about Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, the 1999 film starring Johnny Depp. Sleepy Hollow is Tim Burton's love letter to the influential and beloved Hammer films of long, long ago, complete with strange and colorful characters, copious amounts of bright red blood, and of course those gorgeous gothic sets. In honor of that fact, we geeky dads thought it might be fun to take a look at some of our favorite modern gothic horror films.
And with that,
Oh,
Derek,
man, I
Turn
start.
it
I think
over
you're
to
starting
D.
us off.
So, all right. I think I knew,
D.
but now I'm not so sure. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the one that's first on my list. So just go with that. From Hell. Also a Johnny Depp movie.
Yes.
Good one.
One of my all-time favorites. I've said it on the show before. I love Jack the Ripper. I love.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love him, but I love.
I think you do. I think you do, Derek.
Filthy horse. He's just doing the Lord's work.
And that's when the horrors come
He's just
in.
doing what we're all thinking.
But
Welcome
no,
to Three Misogynistic Dads. No,
I love the way that it's filmed. I mean, the graphic novel's great too, the source material from it, but really well shot, well made, and definitely feels like a Hammer film.
Who was the
That's not
director
Frank
on that
Miller,
movie?
is it?
That
It was the
something
brothers.
Hughes.
the brothers.
The
were
Hughes
brothers.
brothers.
The
Yeah.
Hughes brothers,
That's
not
it.
the
And
Wachowski brothers.
And Alan Moore wrote the
Yes, the
graphic
graphic
was it
novel.
Al- was
Yeah.
it
That's
Alan
right.
Moore?
Yeah.
I was thinking.
But yeah, great score. The music in it was really good. Even Heather Graham was hot back then. I had a soft
She
spot
aged
for her.
well. She still looks.
No, you didn't have a soft spot.
I had a
for
hard
her.
spot for
Yeah, nothing
somewhere
soft
in the
about that
lower
spot,
regions.
sir.
But
She never really hit like I think she should have.
right.
No, she had.
Well,
because
because I think there was
time.
there was a lot of off-screen kind of drama with her, and I think
I think you're making
James.
that up.
No, it's her and James Woods. There was a whole thing with James Woods, and I think James Woods basically
Dickstown.
blacklisted.
I love that movie.
Was that the movie they were in together?
Yeah, with the Louis Gossett Jr.
And they were together for a while, but I think that I have a feeling that he had something to do with
Cranston's
Like
own
they were
James
together
Woods.
together, like
Yeah.
in real life together?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jack Crow and
Oh, yeah,
Roller
he was-
Girl hitting
he-
it.
I really
off.
didn't know that.
Damn.
He's known for that.
Yeah?
The younger girls.
Yeah?
Yeah. But yeah.
Did he invite her to his
don't
manor
know.
along with the rest of the Family Guy cast, like in that
Possibly.
episode? Oh,
Possibly. She
Would've been cooler
I hear
if they
she
did.
seduced him by dropping Reese's Pieces on the floor.
Ooh, piece of candy.
She got a lot of work though after that movie. That's a
Ooh,
whole
Heather
ass
Graham.
movie.
She,
Yeah.
she
She's
She's
had-
done a lot of
yeah.
straight to video stuff. Like she didn't have after Boogie Nights, she really didn't do too much.
Which is a shame because she was great in that
She
movie.
was, and I liked Austin Powers too is my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah. What? It's
No,
not
I'm
well?
just really wow. I'm surprised. Most people go for the first one.
Felicity Shagwell.
I hear that the second one, a lot of people like the
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
one more.
Yep.
I'm kind of indifferent to all three.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of like rehash the same jokes in
They
every
really
single
do.
movie.
They really, those movies really
I
blend.
feel like Austin Powers was like
a thing,
like its own thing, and then when the sequel came out, they kind of like polished some of those jokes.
Yeah.
So it like,
Yeah.
and then they just
It's
kind
a little
of,
sharper.
yeah.
and then by
Heather
the
Graham.
third one, something happened.
Love her.
Nah, no.
She gets naked a lot.
She
What's
does
not
get
to
does.
like?
I know.
Yeah.
What's
She
not to
does.
like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roller Girl.
Yeah.
Roller Girl. Okay.
Ian Holm.
And yet, I don't know if she gets.
Ian
Ian
Holm
Holm.
gets
Yep.
naked?
Ian- no.
Well, he's in From Hell.
Oh
Yeah.
I saw it years ago. I don't.
Yeah, and he's also in tonight's movie.
Ian
he's not.
Holm.
Ian Holm.
Ian McDermott.
Ian McDermott is in tonight's movie.
So
You're
many-
holding me.
I did
I know all white guys. Old
I
white
got
guys.
the old British guys. I got the old British guys
I know how it
confused.
is.
all these Ians look the same.
They kind of do.
And they won't
Let's be
spell it the
honest.
same. And they don't spell
They
it
all
the same.
sound the
Except Ian
same.
McShane. Ian McShane does not
Ian
look
Mc-
like an.
Ian McShane looks like he wants to eat people. That's what I like.
He's an Ian
He is
for sure.
he is a
really
phenomenal actor. But whenever I see him, he's always staring at people like he wants to eat them.
He's
There was
got
a
a
movie I
set of choppers on
yeah.
him too.
And the eyes.
He could do
oh,
it.
God, man.
I don't know if it was us that
frightening.
watched something or I watched it on my own, but I watched something fairly recently with him that was like one of his early works.
Ian McShane.
Yeah.
No.
And I can't remember what it was. So that.
Well, that
point. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Thanks.
On to you, Brian.
Now I'm tortured.
Does your movie have Ian McShane in it?
It does not.
Damn it.
No, it does
should.
not. So my movie is The Curse from 2021, a couple of years ago, and I just discovered this movie a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I brought it up, I think, with you guys recently.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was on the show, if it was off the show, but this movie was released at Sundance under the title 8 for Silver, and it's a werewolf movie. Mark, you would love it. And
Well, yeah, you had mentioned this actually last week.
no, it wasn't last week.
You hadn't.
No, I had recently,
Oh.
but it's still fresh in my mind because I really liked it.
Anyway, continue.
Oh, I like this cast.
Yeah, the cast is awesome. But the story goes, in the late 19th century, brutal land baron Seamus Laurent slaughters a Romani clan, unleashing a curse on his family and village. In the days that follow, the townspeople are plagued by nightmares. Seamus' son Edward goes missing, and another boy is found murdered. The locals suspect a wild animal, but visiting pathologist John McBride warns of a more sinister presence lurking in the woods, a werewolf. It's got a silver set of wolf jaws that in the movie they're called gypsies.
You can-
I know.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So the gypsies fashioned this set of wolf jaws as a protection.
Yep.
The clan gets slaughtered. There's a scary ass scarecrow. They make an example of one of the gypsy guys. They string him up as a scarecrow. Really frightening looking.
Yeah.
And he's strung up as a warning to others not to squat on this guy's land. There's the recurring nightmares that these kids have in the movie. They want to dig up. They through the nightmares they realize that the jaws are buried underneath the scarecrow. They dig it up, and one kid like puts the jaws in his mouth and he bites another kid, and yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
This looks good.
It is, and it's a period piece. Like I said, takes place in the 19th century, so that's the 1800s to you and me.
I like Boyd Holbrook.
Yeah,
He's
it's
Kelly
good.
Riley.
And yeah, you would like it because it's a lot of like unknowns or semi-knowns. You know, it's really cool. Really cool.
Awesome.
I think you would really dig it, Mark.
And where is this streaming again?
I actually ended up
Hulu?
purchasing it off of Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you want to watch it, we'll watch it
Ooh, all right.
one of these nights.
We'll have a
it says-
sleepover.
it says
I'll watch it
Hulu.
again. It's really cool.
Oh, it's on Hulu?
Oh, is it on
Potentially.
Hulu?
Oh, what the hell
Oh.
is that?
We
My
could have a watch
Hulu
party.
is-
I think we should.
Tito.
Yeah, my pick is also, as Brian said, 19th century, 1800s. Is Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Nice. That's a good
With
movie.
Yeah.
the Iron Chef's kid, Mark Dacascos, and
Yep.
a bunch of French fucks. It's in French.
Yeah. And Monica Bellucci.
Monica Bellucci, Vincent Cassel.
Yep.
Oh, that's who it was. I was
Yeah.
thinking Guy something, but it was Vincent Cassel.
and,
Guy Ledouche.
Oh, I see you got a werewolf. He's got pretty lips. Let me just kiss him.
People are dying, so they hire this guy they have this guy come with his male companion. who's just a fucking badass at kung fu. Trying to hunt this monster down. It's maybe a wolf.
It is a good flick.
It's really cool. Really
But it's
fun.
maybe a wolf.
I don't know. You got to watch it to find out.
I'm not going to be. I'm not going to have another
dope.
Snowy Hollow incident.
It's
here.
dope. It's a dope movie.
So
that movie's good too.
In the movie
dope.
The Cursed takes place around the same time. They actually reference the Beast of Jevadon,
Oh, really?
sweet.
which is what the
Brotherhood?
of the
Yeah.
Wolf is based
Cool.
on. Because they're like, is it the same thing that happened in Jevadon that's happening here now?
That movie when it came
And
out,
I was like, I got that reference. I'm totally like Captain America in that scene.
it got a lot of traction because I think of the action scenes. I remember like
it was
going
like
to see it.
very post-Matrix too.
Yeah,
so,
right. Which
yeah.
is rare because it's like city kids don't go
Yeah,
French
because
films.
it got a theatrical release.
It
here.
did. Yeah.
And I remember going thinking like it was just a werewolf film.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
in, like French.
In
I'm
French
like,
and
oh.
subtitles. What's
I
this?
saw a dubbed version. I was like, what the fuck? Why are their mouths matching up with the words? This is
W.
insane.
You want to wait? I want you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's
my guy.
Yeah.
I like your tagline for it. A bunch of French fucks and Monica
There's a
Blue.
lot.
I
Mark Dacascos.
That's a great synopsis.
I purchased this on Blu-ray a couple of years ago. Shout Factory put out a great disc of it. It's awesome.
fun-ass
Lots of
movie.
extras.
You ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
You don't like
I'm
French
shocked
people?
that you
I
haven't
love
seen
French people. No, yeah, they're okay,
Debatable.
but no, this. What do you mean debatable?
That you like them. You haven't shown
Because
me
I haven't
anything to
seen-
prove otherwise.
I like Pepe Le Pew was okay at the time.
All right.
It's not cool to like him anymore, though, is it? No, we
I don't
can't
know.
like
I
him
think you
anymore.
still can.
He was
It
a
was a different
bastard.
time.
Yeah,
He was a
I think they canceled Pepe.
I mean,
did.
they always came around, right? So I don't know. He was just persistent.
Maybe.
always
I don't
came
know.
around
It was
in
a
the
different time back then. Yeah.
Tell us about your movie.
French fries? No, those count. I have no idea. I guess I don't like the French. Sorry.
Well, what are you then? I'm French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king?
I didn't.
They're called Freedom Fries, Mark.
Thank you.
Freedom Fries.
That's so 20 years ago, Derek.
Freedom Toast, all that shit.
So 2005.
I'll think of something. Mine is Penny Dreadful. I'm going with the series.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah,
Good-
I
good
try to think of a
pick.
movie.
Good
I
pick.
almost fell back to Fright Night again, the ultimate, but that's not modern. It's 1985. I had to modern up a little more. and
That's modern.
I tried to go more.
Yeah, but is it
modern.
gothic?
It is.
Yeah, it's American
It is
Gothic.
gothic.
Yeah.
It's got gothic.
Yeah.
It does. But this
See,
Penny Dreadful for sure
Yeah.
is super gothic. Definitely captures the whole Hammer vibe. Everything about that time is just great. Just brings me back to again, start like Jack the Ripper, Jekyll and Hyde, Werewolf of London, all that good stuff.
Rory Kinnear's version of Frankenstein's
Love
monster
it.
is the best version I think
Absolutely
I've
love
ever
it.
seen on film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to Karloff. Obviously,
Yeah.
this,
Oh, I
I'm
like
not
that.
taking anything away from Karloff.
Well, it's
but-
better than De Niro. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw that. Is that the one with what's the other guy?
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth
Yeah.
Branagh.
The
I
De
love that
Niro
movie.
one, yeah.
He directed that too,
Yeah.
didn't
Kenneth Branagh. Pump his ass. Is he French?
No, now go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
he? No, he's English.
No.
Because I don't like him.
He was married to Emma Thompson for a while.
Huh?
He was.
Yeah.
I love him.
I can't.
He's
I
fantastic.
No, because
You can't love him,
He,
you're
he
forbade.
refused to allow Bernie Wrightson to be the concept designer for his Frankenstein movie when he was doing it back in '94, and Frank Darabont was involved with the writing. He's like, I got the graphic novel from Bernie Wrightson. This is what we should have the movie look like.
Yeah.
And Kenneth Branagh was like, I'm not gonna.
I told them we already got one.
It's a comic book. I have my own vision.
And then he went on to direct Thor.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
People
Fuck
can
Kenneth
change.
Branagh. No, they
That's
can't.
saying people grow.
Growth.
No,
Right?
I
Called
don't.
growth.
I hold on to my
You
grudges.
can't hold on to that grudge.
But he's not French, so
You don't frighten us, English pig dog.
What
never
about the
seen
movie
Dead Again?
Grudge?
The Grudge.
You got to see Dead Again. Him and Emma Thompson. It's such a good flick.
Garrick, I don't have to do anything.
You do.
No,
Dude,
well,
you do what I say, Mark.
I ain't got to do
Shame
nothing
it.
but stay back and die. You ever see that movie? What's that from?
does it have Kenneth Branagh in it?
No.
All right, well, that's mine.
That was
Penny
a great
Dreadful.
pick. I love that
Thank
show.
you. I love the show. I wish it went on longer. I love everybody in there.
Was that
the
3
characters.
seasons?
Yeah.
Only 3
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that.
No,
No,
they
they're
ended. They
great.
wrapped it
I only
up.
They
watched it
did.
first.
But they wrapped it up really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I fell off.
But
of it.
they rushed the like it was a slow paced good show,
Yeah.
and then they rushed everything in.
Well, they had
Exactly.
Dr. Jekyll in the third season. And you're like, oh, this is going to be cool. And then the season ends.
Yeah, and it went nowhere.
Oh, this wasn't on purpose.
What a great
Well,
cast.
that's like throwing Dr. Jekyll into the Mummy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That didn't go
Yeah,
anywhere
the Dark
either.
Universe.
And that's when I first really discovering Ava Green as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
she's a-
Shut to the
You
wing.
didn't discover her before that?
I probably did, but did not realize how awesome she was until she played in Penny Dreadful.
Oh,
and
I discovered
Josh
Ava.
Hartnet's really good in that.
Josh
He
too.
really is.
Hartnett
As the
Surprisingly
werewolf.
good.
Why
Yeah.
can't I think of his name there?
Huh?
Timothy
Mr.
Dalton?
Skinner from Timothy
Timothy
Dalton.
Dalton.
Oh, yeah,
He's good.
yeah.
Phenomenal
Mr.
cast.
Skinner.
So that's
Billy
mine.
Piper. Fucking Billy Piper.
Oh,
Billy
Billy
Piper's
Piper,
the
exactly.
Chunky, the bride.
Yeah, she was. She was the
Love
bride
her.
of Frankenstein.
Love her.
That show, I wish it had gone.
Oh, I want to watch it again now.
You know? And it finally did what people have been trying to do in the film business for how many years? Get
7.
the monster universe back together
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Which people seem to still have a hard time doing.
I know.
I don't know
We're
why.
looking at you, Universal.
Uh-huh. You did it once back in the fucking 40s.
With crossed arms and judgmental eyes.
All right. Is that what you did when you were watching that movie? You just screamed at it?
I don't watch
Screamed
that
his
He
movie.
name?
shakes his fist at the screen.
You saw it at least once.
What? The Frankenstein movie?
Yeah.
I did, because that was before I realized what a dickhead he was. So,
I
yeah.
don't know if I have the one. Do I? One voodoo?
No,
I
you
don't know about
don't.
That, no.
So I got you back, Frank Darabont.
Do you have the, on your voodoo, do you have the Benicio del Toro Wolfman?
Oh, Beneco.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Pronounced Beneco, by the way.
Benicio.
Said it'll flip you.
I'll flip you for real.
Is this thing on?
Can you hear me in the back?
You guys have,
Hello.
About the hook with the dysentery?
did you guys have any backups?
No.
No.
Back
Fright
that
Night.
Go
back
ahead.
up. I just had the one.
right.
Go for it.
I had a bunch only because the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized like there are a lot of movies that harken
All right,
back
machine
to
gun
Hammer.
this shit. Spot them out.
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd
Yes.
also with
Yes.
Johnny Depp.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Secret Window with Johnny Depp
Uh-huh.
is very I
John
think-
Turturro?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
I
like
only saw it once.
Okay,
I could picture that film being made back then. Like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you know,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
played. I just you know, I like the
So more
The vibe.
more so the story than the
I was
atmosphere.
thinking more like what movies that are nowadays that Hammer could have made, like Hammer could have been responsible for. Woman in Black, Hammer wasn't. It was actually.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, I didn't
one of
see
the
That was a
modern-
Hammer production.
That's one of the modern
Yeah.
ones.
Woman in
yeah.
Black. That's a feel-good
Yeah.
movie for the family.
Yeah.
The Others.
No.
Is the others the one with Nicole
Kidman?
Yes.
Yes, that was one of my
I
back
am
ends.
your daughter.
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, he produced these.
Gotta be
but
quick,
The
Tito.
Orphanage and
Yes.
Crimson Peak.
Yeah, I was going to say Crimson Peak as well.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah.
directed Crimson Pink. No?
He may have. Yeah, maybe he did direct that one. I know he produced The Orphanage.
I can't believe Tito
never
didn't
saw
bring
The
up Van
Orphanage.
Helsing. Because as much as I hate that movie,
My favorite movie of all
the
time. I don't-
atmosphere is great.
Why would I bring it up?
Yeah.
The atmosphere is great.
Why
The
didn't you
atmosphere-
And
bring
the
it
design
up?
of the characters is pretty decent.
That movie's shit.
The brides.
The
are
movie
hot.
shit?
Yeah.
Or,
The Brides are hot, and Kate Beckinsale
Kate
is hot.
Beckinsale's hot. Yeah.
Yes.
Kate Beckinsale looks.
Amazing.
Yeah. The werewolves were cool.
Keep it up, Kate.
Hey, yeah, the werewolf was cool.
Then you had the Frankenstein
What are you
monster.
referring to,
And
Tito?
and that's
sound-
the movie that had the Dr.
Direction.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scene, right?
Yeah, there were a couple of them. Yeah, well, I always
Oh, 'cause he-
confuse.
no,
Listen,
'cause
hey,
League-
hey,
League
of
of
Extraordinary
We
Gentlemen.
dedicated an entire
the
show
same
to that
thing.
fucking shit.
I know we
movie.
did.
Let's
I know.
We did.
All right,
let's leave
We
it.
won't have to.
Let's leave it in the past.
Tito's ready for the main course.
The
That movie
main
blows.
It
course.
does.
You're giving it too much attention.
Absolutely does, but it is a hell of a lot better than half of the stuff you have brought.
Kate Beckinsale, keep it up. Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. Impossible. All I do is blow minds here.
You do, amongst other things.
I'm stuck with the rest.
I don't want to hear you complaining when okay, let's just continue. On to the main course.
the
main course.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh man, they got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac.
As we creep and crawl through the Halloween season, our movie picks are frightening with very good reason. For on the slab for tonight is the film Sleepy Hollow, with a story of a horseman you don't want to follow. The movie is riddled with head-slicing gore, and while adding more story to this classic dark lore, the atmosphere's magic, the real gothic scene, not to mention the killing of Casper Van Dien. In the Hollow, we have characters ripe with deceivage, including Miranda Richardson with such excellent cleavage. An Elfman score so mighty it could rend you asunder. And my God, what has happened to his wife, Bridget Fonda? And of course, Johnny Depp fighting one with no head. Not as bad as dear Amber shitting bricks in his bed. The Horseman is a killer with no way of talking until he gets the head of Christopher Walken. So join us, dear listeners, as we start with the show. We've bolted the exits, there's nowhere to go. To a time before Tim Burton films started hitting the skids and before Jeffrey Jones started looking at kids. Sit back, take a load off with the geek dads and me, except for the naysayers who hate Halloween 3. None of you can come. Bye.
Best yet.
That was the best yet.
Definitely your best yet.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
That's mean. That was
Well
feeling
executed.
me.
Right.
There's a lot of venom
And very
happening.
topical.
Yeah.
Right? I pay attention to things.
You're in the know.
I'm in the know.
I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Jones was looking at kids back then. we just didn't
He
know.
was young Masbeth for sure.
Yeah.
Delia, let's get one thing straight. I came here to relax and look at kids. All right, so
Those binoculars weren't for bird watching.
Young Masbeth, the battery's up and Jeffrey Jones is down.
ew, just ew. All right, very quickly, opening thoughts before we get into the categories. Derek?
This is Burton at his best. It's a beautiful ode to Hammer films. And at first I was questioning the idea of throwing this film into the mix of slashers that we made the theme for October. But a main antagonist that lobs the heads off of a very particular victims and collects them as trophies pretty much screams slasher movie. Pardon the pun. It's so it's so brilliantly shot and designed all around, and really does capture the feel of old Gothic horror in a way that is rarely seen anymore. And that's my opening.
Excellent.
Excellent.
And that's my opening thought.
That's very open and honest, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Brian, how about you?
No, this movie's a lot of fun. I love this movie. I saw it in the movie theater when it came out. And as a Hammer fan, I was immediately in love with it. Like you said, Derek, it's Tim Burton at his best. I don't think he's done anything better than this since. And he just hit all the right notes.
Right.
As far as like Hammer nostalgia goes, every beat was there, from, like you said, the cleavage to the blood to the gore to the sets to everything. It was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
the only thing missing was Michael Ripper. We had Michael Goff.
We did have Michael Goff,
but we didn't have a Michael Ripper.
who was in some Hammer films.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lee, of course, but not in it enough.
And this movie brought him back out of
It did.
back into the limelight.
Yeah, because he was struggling.
Right.
Yeah.
He credits this movie, being cast in this movie, as is like
The
kind of
impetus
his
for him
jumping-
going on to Saruman
Yeah.
in Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
And
really?
The Corpse Bride shortly after that, if I'm not, or
Anything
was it,
with Tim
Willy
Burton.
Wonka,
Willy Wonka,
yeah. He became a staple actor.
Yeah.
For,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tim Burton.
No,
Yeah,
but
Dark
this movie's
Shadows
fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to talk more about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
Tito.
Yeah, fun ass movie. I missed this one when it came out. One of my favorite scenes. I was talking to a friend and he was like, "Oh, you've never seen this movie? There's a scene in it that's awesome." And he showed me just the scene, and I was like, "Oh, I got to see the rest
Was it
of
the
this
bridge
movie."
fight?
It's the bridge fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one I watch pretty regularly. Like I watched it not too long ago before you were like, "We should do this."
Yeah.
I probably watch it like
Same here.
every few
I watch it
months.
every
Yeah, I watch
Yeah.
it every so often, too.
I watch it regularly.
Yeah.
I love Tim Burton movies. This one is just, we talk about junk food. I really enjoy it. I put it on. I kind of zone out at certain points. It looks phenomenal. Now, having seen the amount of, which isn't many, Hammer films, it makes a little more sense to me. What it's pulling from, or
Right.
its influences, which makes it an even cooler movie to me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome movie.
Yeah, I agree. This movie is a lot of fun. It's probably the last great Tim Burton for me, anyway. It's the last great, real, noteworthy score of Danny Elfman as well. I really love the score in this film.
The score is great, but you don't think he's done anything better since?
I don't think so. I don't think he's done anything as memorable. That's just me. Maybe I haven't seen everything he's done, so, changed my mind. But I love the atmosphere. Again, also being a Hammer fan, the whole nod to Hammer, the atmosphere, everything about it is great. This is, I even like one of Johnny Depp's last truly phenomenal performances. I mean, he does some good ones here and there, but for me, this is his last home run, especially with Tim Burton.
Yeah.
And then Pirates came along, and then after everything.
Oh, was Pirates after this?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Pirates was
Captain
the
Jack
early
Sparrow's fucking awesome.
I
That's
think
an
what
awesome
happened
character.
was that once he hit Pirates, he became so mainstream that it was overkill.
Yeah.
We got sick of seeing Johnny Depp be Johnny Depp.
But even in the first Pirates,
always Johnny
it gets a little much for me after a while. Where in this movie, his just performance.
I think we got sick of Johnny
great.
Depp being eccentric.
Yeah,
Jack Sparrow.
Because after Jack Sparrow, he was Tonto, and he was weird in that
Right.
too.
And then
he became this he was
Ton of
pigeonholed
movies.
Johnny
and
Depp.
then he was Willy Wonka, and that was
that was terrible.
Johnny,
polarizing as well.
do the thing you do.
Yeah.
No.
Whereas before, before,
Yeah.
he was a very good, nuanced actor.
And then he was the Mad Hatter, and it's
forget that.
Yeah.
No,
I
forget
like those
all.
movies.
Do you?
I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were fun. I didn't see them until years after they came out.
Really?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is actually better than I thought it would.
I like those two. Those are Tim Burton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so was Dark Shadows, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And because of
I
this
like
movie,
Dark
I had
Shadows.
such high hopes for Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Because
And
of Dark Shadows, I had high hopes for Dark Shadows.
Well, yes, that too. But I mean, because I could see what he did with Sleepy Hollow,
Right.
I'm like,
because of this movie.
Because of
Okay.
this movie, I'm saying, I had high hopes for Dark Shadows, and
I
was
was
such
happy
a
to see
letdown.
Michelle Pfeiffer back in a movie. Quite
You know what?
frankly.
The
Yeah.
Dark Shadows is a movie where, the more you watch it, the better it gets. Because
Really?
yeah,
because I've only seen it maybe twice.
because the
if
first
that.
couple, the first time I saw it, I had the expectations of Dark Shadows. I wanted Dark Shadows the show,
Right.
Yeah.
And it definitely wasn't that. He
No.
went a different direction. But once you know, now that you know what it is, and you watch it from a different aspect,
Yeah.
it's better. It's
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I thought it was all
Do you
right.
think his movies
I liked
got
one
worse
set.
after he dumped Lisa Marie for
Yes.
the other one?
Helen
Bonham Carter?
Together? Now?
Yeah.
Still?
I think.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're still together.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think they're still together. I haven't heard otherwise.
I always liked
I don't
Lisa
know.
Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his
I mean,
movies
she
were
made
better
a
when he was with Lisa
She made a
Marie.
sexy Martian.
Well, yeah, I guess
And a great vampire.
because I love Sweetie Todd.
Yeah,
I thought
Yes.
Sweetie Todd was great. And
Is that the movie that he met her on?
I think he may have met
Was
her
it The
just
Corpse
in general
Bride?
before. Just because she's
in Charlie and the Chocolate
she's a fucking
Factory.
weirdo.
No, it could be.
She's in Big Fish, too, I think.
Is she?
Is she?
Yes.
That might be the one that
Yeah.
they met
Big
on.
Fish,
then.
I think
they
Oh, I
met in
do
Big
like
Fish.
Big Fish.
Lisa Marie was really only in 2 movies, right?
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks and Sleepy Hollow.
No, she was
Oh, that's right. She's
in
Vampire and
Edward.
Edward.
Yeah. That's enough. That's enough. That's
that's all we
part
need
of the
of her.
crew.
I didn't see Dumbo.
She wasn't that talented.
No, she wasn't.
I haven't seen Dumbo.
Yeah.
But see,
She's
okay.
she's the
Miss
Sherry Moon
Peregrine?
zombie of
Miss
the
Peregrine?
Tim Burton.
Well, you know what she was? She was
set.
she was Dita Von Teese before Dita Von Teese was Dita Von Teese.
Take that back.
No, seriously.
I don't know who
Dita
that
Von
is.
Teese was
No,
like
no. Who are you comparing to Dita Von Teese?
Lisa Marie.
Oh, gotcha.
not
gotcha.
Presley. Lisa Marie.
No,
from
just
Lisa Marie
yeah.
Burton,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Lisa, yeah.
Dita Von Teese was the what do you call it?
She dated Marilyn
Marilyn
Manson.
Manson.
She like
What do you-
burlesque.
burlesque.
She,
Yeah,
and
She
she
tried
wore
to
the
make that tight.
She always wore the
okay.
tight corsets that made her
Waist, like,
super
yeah.
She would
skinny
do the,
waist.
the fun shows.
That's
and
what they do.
that people like me can't afford.
But see, but do you see
tassels.
how-
They don't do anything fun.
Do you see how the four of us, though, some of us have seen them, some of them haven't? I feel like there was a time where everybody saw Tim Burton movies and everybody was in sync.
Yeah.
Whereas after Sleepy Hollow, some people went on, others saw one and then kind of fell off.
Well, it was.
There wasn't that consistent fan base.
I think
Yeah.
this was the turn of the era. There's two Tim Burton eras. There's the one that before where it was Beetlejuice and Batman and Edward Scissorhands. It was all kind of original his mind. Then it became his versions of things.
Yeah, and the
this
Planet
was
of
kind
the
of borderline
Apes
because this
didn't
wasn't
help. You know, they had a lot of strikes against them.
Planet of the Apes and
that's when he started like bowing down to the studio.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when he was more independent, he was a lot better.
It became more, instead of Tim Burton putting his twists on things, it was more the studios wanting a Tim Burton twist.
Right,
on
exactly.
things.
They wanted Tim Burton to be more Tim Burton-y when he didn't have to be.
Right.
You know, because it was always there. You had the power all along.
They were picking they were picking and choosing what aspects of Tim Burton-esque
I got
stuff.
that reference.
You know
Did
what I mean?
and Johnny Depp, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It was like, you need to be more Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Because Johnny Depp used to do amazing work without having to be Johnny Depp.
I know.
So Johnny Depp should be George Clooney and Brad Pitt. I think that's Johnny Depp's fault, and probably a lot of drugs. Are the reason that Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp and not Clooney or Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Because those guys were smart enough to like make one for them, make one for us.
Right.
Make one for them.
Right.
Johnny Depp,
He
at
made
one
a
point
slew
just
of
like
for him and
collecting
then
checks.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Pirates movies were the turning point.
Right.
For that.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
the Pirates
before that-
movies were the first ones that he actually did sequels to anything too.
That's true.
You know, and then he made a ton of them, and they got progressively worse.
But I mean, like his like stuff before that, like he's an awesome actor.
Oh, he totally.
Benny and June.
Blow,
is
Benny and
awesome.
June.
Yeah,
Fear and Loathing in
Gilbert
Las
Grape.
Vegas, which is one of his best
Fear and Loathing.
performances.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Even Secret Window. I mean, it was
Yep.
kind of panned. It wasn't.
Did you say
like,
Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gilbert
Stop
Grape.
trying to make Secret Window a thing.
It is such a
It's not a
thing.
thing.
You got to go back and rewatch it. No, I know. That's the thing. Is like,
It was there.
No one
and
watched it when it
now
came out.
Yeah.
And
I
it was,
watched
I saw it.
I like John Turturro, man. You know,
he's awesome in it.
Yeah, he's great.
I was watching this movie, and the whole time I was watching it, I was just like, when did Johnny Depp's teeth start turning to shit?
Mind your own business.
When he
now
moved
he-
to
when he moved to
France.
France.
I was
Yeah,
like, what
exactly.
a fucking nightmare this guy's
He
face
moved
is.
to
Yeah.
France and he did a lot more smoking.
It was all the
and-
chocolat.
Yeah. Started throwing in
So he
that
was in that one,
accent.
That's that one too.
You know?
Was he in Amelie?
Cocaine.
Amelie?
No, he wasn't an Amelie.
Maybe
no.
the actress. I don't know.
Amelie?
Yeah, but that's a great movie.
He might have been.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, but no Johnny Depp in that.
No, he's not.
He might have been in her.
Audrey Tautou?
Yeah.
Audrey, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, his wife was, what was her name? What's her name? They got divorced. She's a French actress.
Kate Moss.
Lily Mo.
No.
Lily Mo's not Lily Mo. Right?
You're thinking of Lily Rose Depp.
Lily Rose, right? What?
That's his daughter.
That's his daughter.
Well, because I was mixing it up with Lily Mo Sheen.
That don't make no sense.
Kate Beckinsale and Michael Sheen's daughter.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
You ever see Girl on a Bridge?
I've seen a
Lots
Girl
of
on a
them.
Bridge.
It's very
Yeah.
good. She's in it. It's really good.
what? Depp's daughter?
His ex-wife.
Oh, okay. Depp's daughter's in some new show,
She is.
right?
Yeah. I can't remember what it is, but I remember reading her name recently. In something.
Nobody mentioned Mordecai. What's up with that?
Oh my God, Mordecai!
I never saw that.
even
No one
even Johnny
saw
Depp
that.
doesn't mention Mordecai.
Yeah. I don't think he remembers being in it.
I was in a movie with Gwyneth Paltrow. Fuck that.
I love you, Apple.
Was it?
Vanessa Paradis.
Yes, that's her name.
Paradis.
Never wed.
That's French.
Yeah,
well,
she's
that's
a French
the
actress.
French actress
Yeah,
that
there
Johnny
you
Depp
go.
was with.
I like her.
Girl on a Bridge. Check it out.
Girl on a Bridge. Got it. Okay. All right, back on track here.
All right.
So, categories. Categories?
Let's
Categories.
Let's do the categories.
Go ahead.
Derek.
Yeah, me.
favorite scenes.
There are so many good scenes in this film. I love the origin of the Horseman with the twins, like that scene, and one of them breaks. And I always kind of wonder, like, was that the witch or was that?
I would say it was the witch.
Fantastic.
I always thought it was the witch.
See, I feel like it would have been Mary.
You think
Van
so?
Tassel. Yeah, because she's
Miranda
such a
Richardson.
fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
I thought she was the one who broke the
I
twist.
thought she was. too.
Miranda Richardson is
Is
both
both,
of
but
them.
not the one whose eyes pop out of her head.
Right.
No.
right.
The other, the
Totally
the wife
large
of-
margin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
going to say
yeah,
the
yeah.
large margin.
Because she kills her own sister, so I mean, you would think. You know?
Oh yeah, I always thought it was her.
I love that. I love the homage to the Disney version with the covered bridge and the horseman chasing Ichabod down, like which is pretty much like
Yep.
almost, well, not shot for shot, but definitely from that.
Yeah.
And the stalking and the killing of the Killian family is awesome. That whole scene is just fucking riveting. And
Yeah.
the fact
And,
that they
and the kid hiding under the floorboards.
right,
Oh.
and that they don't pull any punches. He kills the kid. The
Yeah.
kid ends
Yes.
up dead.
Yes.
And I
I know you don't like that.
I hate that, but I love that.
Yeah.
Because it really...
He had it coming, though.
You guys love killing kids on
No,
this
he
show.
didn't. That's the thing. I mean, and actually, it's
We
kind
have
of
kids, Tito. You can
It's
see our
and it's
point
kind
of
of a
view.
plot hole
It's
because
insane.
it's almost like you can kind of look at that kill as because it's kind of a plot hole. The kid didn't know anything about it, and really,
No.
she would like spoiler
He
alert.
might have heard something.
She maybe, but he's so young that I don't think he'd be able to piece it together.
That
so
kid couldn't talk. I don't think it was
so
the brightest bulb in the bunch.
I almost feel like it was a mercy kill because it's like, all right, well, I just took your parents. You're all alone. This isn't present day.
If you're saying
we don't have
There's no child services.
right.
If you're saying plot hole, I can agree with that only because he avoids everyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
So why kill that kid?
Right.
I assume
and he
it's
goes
like,
back in for him.
so he
like-
doesn't grow up remembering the tale and
Yeah,
like,
kind of like Kill
saying
Bill.
like, oh, this
yeah, So
happened.
nobody goes and gets revenge.
Just so you guys know, that person was pregnant with this person. I heard the whole
That's right.
thing because my mother told me.
Right.
I thought he was.
I have a faint memory of when I was but a boy of 4. But,
Our Reverend had a whole sermon about following through. Bringing it back to A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Good man.
what about you?
Yeah, I love the bridge scene.
Yeah.
Like when Tito said, like this one scene that somebody said he had to watch, and I knew it had to be the bridge scene.
Yeah.
That kicks ass. Ray Park, who played Darth Maul
Right.
in
Plays-
Star Wars Episode 1, plays the Headless Horseman in one of many. I think there were more than one, but he did most of the fight choreography.
The axe spinning.
Yes,
he was
exactly.
the principal one.
Yes.
I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Rooney.
Fantastic. It was just an incredible fight scene. Like you said, there are so many great scenes.
There is.
The cabin scene is another one that I love, where he's stalking the was it the midwife and
silly goose.
Oh yes, exactly. Oh, what the goose? Yeah, that's a great scene. A lot of great scenes.
There is.
A lot of
Her
scenes.
breakdown of like all the victims, like why she chose them.
Yes.
That scene with Miranda Richardson.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. In
She
this.
is, but like we said before, like when people like get caught
Right.
and they go over the top and they do their exposition and they
We're-
feel like they
we're
have
gonna
to ham
get
it
to
up.
that.
Yeah,
We'll get to that
yeah.
part.
Yeah, no, it was great, but it is a little hammy.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that because if not, I'm just going to recite the whole movie.
It's good. I got same great fight scene. Badass. Even with, I like that they incorporated depth into the fight as well because as he's pretty ineffective, but the way it plays out, it still looks just great and stylized and really fun to watch. My other favorite scene is in the beginning with Christopher Lee as the judge.
Yeah,
He's,
before the
super,
credits
like-
even roll.
Yeah, just like really intense.
Yeah.
Breaking it down, and I really like the Ichabod Crane fight for social justice thing that he's on.
Yeah.
While talking to Christopher Lee, and then Christopher Lee is just kind of spelling it out for you to start.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, go to Sleepy Hollow. You know.
And
so
now it's you that will be tested.
yeah, right.
We'll
So
put you to the test.
he's got this like great intro where it's going to. I don't know. When I first saw this movie, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is going to be really, really good." And then you see who else is in the movie, and you're like, "Okay, this is going to be really." Good.
Yeah.
But those are my two.
Cool.
Can I just
for
add to mine going back to the beginning when Johnny Depp first arrives at the Sleepy Hollow.
Yep.
And he comes to the Van
Party,
yeah, and just the introduction of all those great actors in one room. You know, you've got Ian McDermott, you've got unfortunately Jeffrey Jones now, who was a great actor, but you know things happen.
Is that what we're calling
You've
it?
got Michael Goff coming out of retirement,
right.
Who was in a bunch of Hammer movies
Alfred.
himself.
And Alfred, yeah.
Alfred from Batman.
Mr. Wayne.
It's just amazing to see them all sitting there and telling Johnny Depp about, you know, the legend of the town. And he's not having any of it at first, but he slowly begins to believe. It's just a great scene. Just that introduction of all those fantastic old actors.
I like when they're all together and he's going around the room
Right.
and just looking at one another.
Yes.
And that'll bring up something with me about his performance after. But
Okay.
it's really good.
Sorry.
No problem at all. My favorites are the opening scene with Martin Landau's cameo.
Yeah.
Like the way the movie opens.
And
is
uncredited, too.
phenomenal.
He's
I
uncredited in
noticed
the
that.
movie.
I noticed that. Good old Bela Lugosi.
The Nightmare Before
himself.
Christmas scarecrow.
Yep. That whole scene is awesome. You don't see anything. You just hear the horse, the footsteps. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just a fantastic opening. I like the Disney tribute as well. I love the scene on the bridge. And I really like the nightmare scenes that Ichabod has.
Yeah,
It's Danny
with his
Elfman's music. Lisa Marie's looking great. The color scheme.
The clowns and everything.
Are
the
awesome. No, but what's that thing? The thing that she gets put into.
The Iron Maiden.
Oh, the Iron Maiden. Thank
Yeah.
you. I couldn't think of the name. Yes.
She comes spilling
Puts
out.
him in
Yep.
the... like the shining blood in the elevator. Oh, God, that's so good. So those would be mine.
Excellent. Hated scene?
So there's not a lot in this movie that I don't like, but funny enough that you said that. This leads into mine because the scenes with the young Ichabod, I wasn't a fan of that actor, like the kid that played
Is it
him.
because his eyes are too big?
His eyes are very
Not
big.
just that,
He's
but
so
like
adorable.
he just
Yeah.
didn't really seem like he was acting. He was just kind of like one note and like wide-eyed and kind of like oh, I'm in a movie.
Well, he saw his mom dead, you know? Like,
no, but like that's the thing. There was no. I had no empathy for the kid because he did not act. He did not act. He did not emote anything.
what was he supposed to do?
I don't know. Fucking flip out. Your mom just got crushed and
He needs
spiked.
to emote.
I don't know. I didn't like him. I didn't like his
want him to
face.
carry
I
the-
didn't like his face.
I don't like his face either.
No, he's a very weird looking
Like,
kid.
I
I
like-
agree.
He looked like the
Totally.
young version of the Corpse Bride.
He did.
Yes.
The guy from the Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
He just
Maybe
I
he
guess I
was.
the Corpse Groom.
like he belonged. He should have been Pugsley in some.
Oh, my God,
you know?
totally.
But I don't know. I just didn't like him.
Tim
I
Burton's
liked-
Addams
the thing
Family is
too-
probably coming.
The thing is too is that like I really liked those scenes like without him. Like if it was just kind of like the camera from his point of view, and you saw his mom and
like first
saw
person?
the father, the evil father, and all that stuff. Like I did like the nightmare stuff in those scenes, but I just didn't like the kid. And I also didn't like the end when the Hessian kisses Mary Van Tassel.
And the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like what is what it is. He has sharp teeth and he bit or whatever. But the
That's
whole
gonna
idea,
hurt.
the whole
it
idea
makes
that
me
he
cringe.
kissed her.
Yeah.
It makes me cringe.
It was cringy that he
I always
kissed
think
her.
like, oh, what if somebody bit my mouth and I started bleeding while we were
Yeah.
making out?
Yeah.
But not
Yuck.
not just that, but like the fact that
Bite your lips off.
early on in the movie with his backstory, you like he knew her as a little girl.
Oh, I
and
see
that
what you're
kind of just
saying.
weirds me out. Like
Where do you guys
Like,
stand
why did-
on
like, why
Christopher
kiss her?
Walken anyway in this movie?
He walks cats
Like,
on a leash. He's amazing. He's the greatest.
I read that he didn't say much on set, which is weird.
He doesn't say much in the movie.
yeah, he doesn't say.
well, he doesn't say
Yeah, I
anything.
read that too. He was very
Shh.
he was
That's what
very
he says.
shy.
Yeah, he just goes.
And,
"Ah!"
and like the rest of the cast had like a game,
Right, of who
like to
how
see who
you
could get him to talk more. And I guess Miranda Richardson was
she
the one
kept
that,
asking him questions. She
Yeah.
pulled a,
She
tried to
showed
coax him
her-
out of his
yeah,
shell.
She showed him her cleavage. That's all.
That's it.
but
Sometimes that's all it takes.
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
I didn't understand the concept of like why did he kiss her, like before he drags her to hell, like just fucking drag her.
Because
to hell.
now you're my bride.
Yeah.
I always thought this is
Yeah.
like, well, this is gonna suck for
Yeah,
you.
It was just
we are together in eternity.
Yeah.
You know, you're my bride.
That
That's
was
the
his.
way I
That
felt.
was his.
creepy.
Give me some sugar, baby
Yeah.
Give me some
moment.
sugar,
Yeah.
baby.
I've been running all these errands for you.
Yeah,
How about some payment?
it's the least you could do
I'm
for
dead.
me.
I don't need any money.
You
Give
owe
a
me.
kiss.
You
Yeah.
owe me.
Yes.
It's very toxic masculinity.
It
There.
makes me cringe when I watch that scene.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad that I'm not the only one.
I'm actually not a fan of that either. I'm not. I know it's wrong to say it, but when Christopher Walken shows up now, it wasn't so much then, but now because he's been parodied so much and there's cowbell, it's more humorous to me.
Oh,
It
yeah.
kind
Now,
of takes me out
Yeah.
more. Now,
Back then, when I
did
originally
not.
saw it, it was before
Yeah, no,
cowbell and
exactly.
before like
It was-
yeah.
yeah, it was just Max Schreck
Right,
from
yeah,
Batman.
right,
exactly.
He's fucking horrifying.
That was fine.
Yeah.
But looking back at it now, all I can hear is things like "wow" and
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me
"oh," you know, and
Yep.
it just
Take
kind
it
of
off your head.
And dancing the Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
How
Good night.
are you going to duck now when you don't have a head? Like,
When you don't have a head.
Headless.
WAMBC.
WAMBC. Brian, sorry, you done?
I'll take you to hell as my bride. We'll make a beautiful couple.
You sound like Paul Giamatti doing impression.
Well, because he said the fucking NBC. I'm sorry. I got turned around and mixed up.
That is the
That
best.
was good, though.
That's
I like
the
it.
best of both worlds right there.
Yeah.
You got pig vomit and you got cowbell in one character. That's talent, dude.
Yep. Don't say you can't do
There we
impressions.
go.
Don't
All
say
right.
you can't do
All right.
impressions, dude.
Brian.
Yeah,
you're
no,
his
this
favorite.
there's nothing I would change.
Yeah.
Nothing,
No,
huh?
nothing. I
Perfect.
think I wouldn't say it's perfect.
So you
but
like that doughy kid?
he doesn't.
He's not on it long enough
Dude,
to bother me.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's not in the movie long enough
He's
for me to
burned
hate
into my
him.
mind, so he was in it long enough to
Well, how the
fucking
hell long
sear
have
my
you been
memory.
staring at him for?
Derek, you got to
Are
take
you
it off pause.
Yeah. Are you Jeffrey Jones in that kid? Like,
Oh
No.
Oh, that crossed the line.
not
That's the
line.
line. Okay, good to know.
There's a line.
Jesus Christ.
Every time I see that kid, I think, damn, his eyes are so big. What's wrong with him?
Principal Rooney has been in my pocket. It's all soft and warm.
Do you want a gummy bear?
Oh, come on. No O for that.
Well, it wasn't about me.
Ew.
I got
I
a
don't think you're
couple
Jeffrey
of,
Jones,
I
by the
would
way.
hope not.
No.
Jesus.
Roman Polanski, mate. No. You're right
when
next
good
to me, man.
podcasts go bad.
I think this is one of our better ones.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
don't
the
know
better.
about you.
Yeah,
More like when bad podcasts get better.
Oh, there you go.
Amen.
Touche.
Damn.
We're snarky.
Oh, so you don't have. All right, so you don't have any.
I didn't have anything that I would
None
change.
at all.
No,
Well, those,
nothing. That,
those scenes that you dislike.
no, nothing.
All right,
That's the
Exactly.
question.
Yeah.
Those scenes that you
Tito?
dislike. Okay. I don't have scenes per se. I like Martin Landau. I think he's great. Watching him jump out of a carriage really bugs me for some reason. Because he's so old. It just
He wouldn't do that. He'd
That's
break his
not
hip."
him.
Old
Yeah.
people can jump, though.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You don't
I
like
like
old-
Martin Landau. I don't like him jumping out
So
of a
you don't
carriage.
like Martin Landau at all, or you don't
No,
like...
I love Martin Landau.
You just don't like him jumping.
I would rather see
I don't
him
like sitting across
fall
from him when
out of
he
the
eats.
carriage.
Okay.
It'd be more believable if he fell out of the carriage.
All right, that's...
Him jumping out and diving, I'm not buying it.
Okay.
It just bothers me.
So weird.
I don't like when the horseman kills the kid. It bums me out.
Yeah.
And then
That's sweet.
I don't like how long
That
it
is-
takes for the horseman's body to grow. When you see the bone and everything, starts
That's
wrapping
totally
around.
Burton.
It takes a little
Yeah.
bit too long for me. when
And
it's
and
like,
he
this
goes
is-
into the large Marge thing too, where his eyes bug out.
Yeah.
His tongue rolls out of his mouth.
Where like
and-
they did it so good in the Dracula movie we saw. It was like very quick. It was like
Yeah.
boom, boom. This
Yeah.
is just like okay, all right, it's growing, it's still growing. Oh, okay, it's still growing. Nobody's running. Okay, it's still growing. All right. Oh, he's here.
It's called Look What We Can Do with This CGI.
I know.
That's what it's all
What I
about.
like about the movie is that there's very minimal CGI.
Same.
So little that you don't necessarily notice. Where this scene is just like, oh god, they fucking CGI the shit out of this.
There's
Yeah.
two. There's
I-
two moments.
Yeah.
There's-
And
yeah.
one of them's...
But and that, I mean, the eyes popping out of the head.
Well, yeah, because they built the whole town. Like the town
Yeah.
was built.
It's
Do you know they were
practical.
looking at that in Easton, Massachusetts? There's like apparently an old village down that way. It's famous, and I can't remember what it was. That was going to be
old
Miles
Sturbridge?
Old Sturbridge.
Sturbridge
Old
Village?
Sturbridge. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Derek. See, you're the smart one.
You're welcome. I'm the
what
one
it
who
was.
said it.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm not.
I was getting there.
You don't think old
Sturbridge, it's
people
Sturbridge.
should jump?
It's a jackal. A jackal.
No, he could jump. He would
No.
fail.
You don't like old people, and you think kids should not get killed. We have nothing in common. Tito.
Well, you're not entirely wrong.
No, I'm always wrong, Tito, but that's okay.
You got any scenes that you
I
hate,
do.
Mark?
I don't like the witch scene. It completely takes me out of the movie. It's
Well, where her
boring.
eyes bug out of her
Well,
head.
the whole scene, just you don't need it. I don't need it. You didn't need it. You can figure everything out without it.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
There's enough supernatural goodness in it. You don't need to overblow it with the whole fucking large Marge
The Witch
stuff.
of the Woods.
Didn't like it.
Now, what I never understood is she the Pickety Witch?
Yeah.
That was the Blair Witch. You know?
Oh, I thought it was just like a
I
game
didn't-
they played.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was
Which is like,
related
give
to
me a
her.
kiss.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get a kiss?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Kiss me. Yeah.
Maybe Headless
me,
Horseman was the
fuck,
Pickety Witch because he was trying to kiss all
Who's
kinds
got
of
a
things.
kiss for the Pickety Witch?
No, I just wasn't a fan of that. And they cut a bat's head off, and to me, that was more disturbing than seeing the kid die.
Not
Well,
in
you don't
India.
see it there.
I don't remember
In the
that
India
being-
cut, they
Ozzy
took
Osbourne
that out.
approved.
Ozzy loved that scene.
When did they
It
cut the
takes
head
me
off the
back.
bat?
When she's doing
when
the.
she's mixing
when she's
her
doing the
elixir,
thing.
she
Yeah,
cuts
yeah,
a bat's
yeah.
head
But
off.
they cut that
I
out
like that
for
scene.
certain.
Sharon, look what they're doing on the telly. I came up with the first.
Wussy, he's using a knife.
Use your teeth. Use your teeth.
My
Beetlejuice.
cocaine.
Sharon!
I can't find my
Oh boy.
That's really the only scene that I don't like in the movie. And it's so it doesn't.
That surprises me a little bit, only because there's
Well, I'm
like
full of
a nice
surprises.
practical effect, monster-y looking broad. I feel like you'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Until the bug eye CGI shit comes in, then it looks stupid.
I think it's I could see it.
It's
I could
there.
see it.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's CGI.
I like it. It's fun. Oh, it's totally CGI.
It's not
awful.
like, but it's not as bad as Marge.
Tongue comes out.
Like Large Marge. Like
No, Large Marge is
awesome.
great.
No, I mean it is for its time.
Yeah,
for
But
sure.
different though.
But that's like literally stop motion.
Oh, it
fucking
is, and that's why it's
claymation
great.
Kind of
Yeah.
bullshit.
yeah.
This
But
isn't that bad.
Also, it's
I think
it's Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's good.
You
Yeah.
can have the kind of bug-eyed, Large Marge stuff. I don't need it in Sleepy Hollow. I don't, that
Did
kind
they
of
ever
stuff.
have like a 3D version of this movie?
No.
No.
Released? No.
No.
Well, maybe they were planning on it. Maybe that was.
Maybe.
know?
For just that
Maybe
one.
if it came
Just
out
that.
10 years
Yeah.
later,
Well,
it would have
that
been in
maybe
3D.
like maybe the axe being thrown.
yeah, the pumpkin.
Right.
Oh, the pumpkin.
Yeah, the flaming
right.
pumpkin.
Flaming
I
pumpkin.
feel like this.
Maybe.
I feel like they had plans originally for a 3D.
You don't have to shoot it in 3D, but we made it that way.
See, Hollywood, I could be a fucking producer.
You totally could. You
it.
could.
Make it 3D.
The kids will love it.
No,
I got this script for you, Derek. Make it 3D. I don't even have to read it.
but no
the hell outta
Joey
here.
boy with big eyes in my film.
Millions overnight.
Just-
Overnight.
Let me see those.
Small
Let me see the eyes on that kid. No, he's no good.
They're too big, damn it.
Yeah.
Make him
Emote.
3D.
Hire a
won't
Chinese
damn you.
boy.
Who the? What the fuck's wrong with this kid's forehead?
He's got a big dome.
Kid, you need some bangs.
He's got a big dome.
Oh, it's Peyton Manning. That's all. It's just young Peyton Manning.
Young
had
Peyton
bangs. The
Manning.
kid
There
had
you
bangs.
go.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, you
Kid
killed my
wore a
mom.
helmet when he
Oh.
was little.
Nationwide is on my side.
My dad just murdered my mom.
Derek, what would you change? Who would you? Oh, did you have
The kid.
another? That was the only.
No, that was it. That was really the only one that I
I'd fucking change the kid. Get
Change
the fuck
kid.
out of here, you
Better
little
kid.
weirdo.
Who would you? What are we
You
talking?
little fucking weirdo.
Young Corey Feldman.
No, just a kid that could emote, an actual actor. Fucking
Young Corey Feldman.
No, Corey. No, I don't. Listen, I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to go to a rock
We're
show.
not going there. We're not going to.
Gremlins Corey Feldman.
No, fuck Corey.
He could
Feldman.
emote.
Yeah.
Corey Haim. Corey was Corey. Well, no, Corey. They weren't kids back then.
No, well, no.
Everyone was a kid at some point, Derek.
But
Yeah.
Jonathan Lipnicki. Throw Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yeah, there you go. It was already mentioned in the
enormous
opening.
head.
Kid aged horribly, but
Yes.
Have you? That
oh,
dude,
he's
jacked.
dude. He's jacked, but he
Yeah.
still looks the same.
Do you know the human head weighs 10 pounds?
Bet you the Headless Horseman does.
I feel like his weighs 20. Like,
Yeah, big head.
It was all the spiky hair.
Get rid of the kid.
get rid of the kid.
You
Fuck,
work with
fuck
Tom,
that kid.
So get
Shoot
rid
it-
of the kid.
Shoot a POV style. If you can't find a
That
kid
shit
that knows how-
POV.
if you can't find a kid who knows how to act, just do a POV.
To emote.
Done.
I like how you say emote.
Emote.
Emote. I
Show
love it.
emotion.
Yeah.
It's a word.
I know.
Listen, I'm very verbose when I need to be.
You're kidding.
My vernacular is extensive.
Yes, except the accent is on the wrong syllable.
Wait.
What?
No, it's not, is it?
The eptomom of hyperbole.
I don't know what you're talking about, Derek.
The
Hyperbole.
No, it is not. No,
Okay,
it's not.
all right.
No, for
Yeah.
real.
my favorite actress was Penelope.
Would you like another carrot? Sea biscuit?
You got something you
Yeah,
want?
what would you
Brian.
change?
No, I wouldn't
Nothing?
change. I think the cast is
change a
fantastic.
thing?
I wouldn't change anybody.
Loves
Even the
the
Really?
kid. He wasn't in it long enough.
There
I can see
isn't
what you're
one-
saying. No, I
But
see.
there isn't one particular cast member you might like. switch out?
No,
Had
no.
Had hindsight been 2020?
No, Brian's very laid back. He likes everybody. If
Dude,
he
I
likes
love
a
this movie. I've
he
loved it
loves
since
the
I
movie.
watched it.
Yeah.
Since I first saw it in the
That's fine.
North Attleboro Showcase in 1999.
Wow.
1999 when it came
That
out.
showcase was there then?
Huh?
That showcase was there then.
Yeah, yeah.
That
It
showcase
was
has been
probably
there
only
forever.
like 5 years old, but yeah.
I always feel like the Randolph showcase was like the first showcase.
No.
I'm not from where you're from.
No,
I don't know
that's
what a
true.
Randolph
They
showcase
had a
is.
showcase cinema. They had a showcase cinema in Seekonk when I was a kid. That's where I saw
Seekonk.
Star Wars in '77.
Is it near the Speedway?
Oh, the showcase in
In
Seekonk.
Seekonk.
That was the
Yeah.
one that everybody went to.
Yeah.
In
Really?
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was the first
I caught
one.
Spider-Man 3 there, I think. Yeah.
The building's
lucky
still
you.
there.
Yeah.
Lucky me.
There was that one, and then there was
Remember they
one
made
across the street.
Yeah, they
that
made
would
the
have,
little one like
a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they turned to a
they had like
fireplace.
2 screens. They had 1 through 8 was the main building, and then they made a smaller cinema across the street, 9 and 10.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw a movie there
and now it's like a
once.
paint store.
Yeah. Me and Mary saw Man in the Iron Mask, and we bought the tickets across the street, and they were like, all right, it's the one across the street. And I was like, no.
What?
See, I like back in the
No
day
one
when it was
goes
all
there.
It used to be all one hallway of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could movie hop all fucking day.
No,
I think-
showcase was out of control. There would always be police there,
Right,
like,
Yeah.
right.
conducting traffic, whatever.
Yeah, I think I saw Star Trek 5, the shitty one,
And the
At
smaller
the
place.
small one.
Yeah, it was weird.
See, that's when you went to Westgate. You fancy people with
Oh,
your
no, fuck
showcase.
that.
We went to
I
Westgate.
saw The Ring at Westgate, and the floors were sticky. There was the air conditioning was broke.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Most theaters had that.
So no
though.
wonder I was fucking terrified.
Of what?
sticky
that,
floors?
That movie was like one of the first movies in a while that actually scared me.
Oh.
Oh, The
Like
Ring?
The opening
The
scene
Ring,
with the
yeah.
girl with the closet, and she opens it up, and she's all like Amber. Was it Amber
Heard.
Tamblyn?
Yeah.
No, Amber.
Oh,
Tamblyn.
Tamblyn, yeah.
Yeah.
Russ Tamblyn.
But yeah,
Amblin
that was-
Entertainment.
Amblin
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Amblin.
Amberlin.
Steven
Amberlin.
Spielberg.
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert.
All right.
Amberlyn.
And Bolin.
what is next?
She had 6 fingers. She had 11 in total.
No, it's you.
It's me.
No,
No, it's
Tito.
me. What would I
What would you
change?
change? Would you
I'm going
change
to tell you what. Love this movie, love the cast. Every time I see Casper Van Dien, I think, what the fuck are you doing in this movie?
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
know.
the next category.
Anybody? Well,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to change.
Fucking what the
I know.
I don't like no. Well, that category could have been taken any number of ways. I am recasting him. I
Yeah.
don't know what Henry Cavill looked like in 2000.
He was probably
Oh.
12.
Throw Henry Cavill in that bitch.
He was probably 12. No. I don't think he was
Well,
an
then
adult.
throw Henry Cavill now back into that movie.
Get
There
a
you
time
go.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Build it out
Get
of
a
a
photo
photo.
booth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it only takes 4 hours,
4
according to
hours
Mark.
to do.
Who was a good person back then? Who was a good? Who was
There were a
good?
lot of good people back then.
I feel like a Henry Cavill is like perfect. Casper Van Dien is. I love Stormship Troopers.
Starship.
Starship Troopers.
yes.
Excuse me.
Stormship.
Stormtrooper ship.
I got it. I got
That's
it.
what I was
dude.
thinking of.
Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich.
It's all he
Get
did.
Skeet Ulrich
Skeet
in there.
Ulrich.
Was he in anything else?
No, he's already Johnny. Johnny Depp's already in the movie.
Yeah, you don't need two
You can't
Johnny
fake
Depps.
Johnny
You could
Depp.
have like a bizarro Johnny Depp thing going with
somebody
it.
else. I like that movie, but he never should have been anything in it.
What year did this
Ryan
come out?
Felipe.
99.
Or Philippi.
Skeet Ulrich.
I just
That's
said
what you just
that.
said.
I
Ryan
agree. No, I
Phillippe.
agree. I agree with
You would get fake Johnny Depp to be
Ryan
in a
Phillippe,
movie with
yes.
real
Ryan
Johnny
Phillippe.
Depp.
It would be Ryan Phillippe.
I would hate him too.
Matt
he was-
Dillon.
he was-
Matt Dillon too old to do it?
No.
I don't
He's
like his
still
face.
making movies.
I don't like his face.
I don't know.
I don't what?
Yeah, but
Matt
he was-
Dillon's face?
I don't like his face.
Matt Dillon?
I don't like your face. That's my
he
Matt
probably
Dillon.
would have been in his 40s. I think
No
he could have
movies
pulled
with
it off.
no movies good.
He's
with
one of
him.
those guys that don't
20-something.
age.
A
Who,
young
Matt
20-something.
Dillon?
Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Henry
look it
Cavill
up.
does. You ever see Stardust?
Stardust, the movie with
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Claire
Yeah.
Danes, and
Yeah.
He's in
and-
that movie.
and Daredevil.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill
It's
is?
only like a few years after this movie.
Oh, Henry. Henry.
He's
yes.
the would be boyfriend to
Yeah, but
Sienna
no one knew
Miller.
he wouldn't have been cast in this though because he wasn't
Neither is Casper
on the
Van
map
Dien.
yet. Yes,
Casper Van
he's-
Dien had like one hit movie.
He's
basically.
in that movie.
Sir,
Yeah.
he did Tarzan. I think we're forgetting that.
That came out
He
after
was in
this,
a
wasn't
Tarzan
it?
movie.
After
Yeah,
Sleepy
Tarzan
Hollow?
and
Did
the
that
Lost
come out after
City.
Sleepy Hollow?
I
I
never
thought that
saw
was like
that.
right after.
I was never a big
Starship
Tarzan.
Troopers.
I don't
Was
watch
it?
Casper Van
I don't
Dien
either.
movies on purpose ever.
I don't either.
Ever.
Really?
Even the first Starship Troopers.
I like that movie, but it's not because of him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only one that
I don't
isn't
know
in on
anything
the
else
joke.
he's done.
That's why it's so good.
I
Did you like
I didn't
Tarzan?
even know he was in Tarzan.
I never
Yeah,
saw it.
Yeah.
I've never saw it either.
I never saw it.
The only
but I was
Tarzan movie
aware
I've
of
ever
it.
the only Tarzan I've ever liked is the Disney one.
I
This
hate
is
that
the
one.
most
What about the
anyone's
Bo
ever
Derek one?
talked about Casper Van
Never
Dien
saw it.
ever.
No?
Yeah.
Who
With
was in that
Miles
with her?
O'Keefe?
Who's Miles O'Keefe?
Casper Van Dien's dad.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Who's Miles O'Keefe?
If you know Mystery Science Theater and you saw Cave Dwellers, that's Miles O'Keefe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
You haven't, then you need to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
who names their
you
kid
would change
Casper? Anyway?
I would
Yeah.
change him to somebody else. The other thing is, I like Johnny Depp. I think it's fun. Sometimes I think he's in a different movie when his fear becomes really hokey at certain points.
Yeah.
It's mine. Yep.
Where I'm like, oh, he's in
But
the
he was
wrong movie right now.
Yeah.
But Ichabod Crane is that.
Yeah, but
he's
he plays
squeamish
it.
Yes,
and-
but he's
It's-
supposed to be like a
it's so-
forensic kind of guy, very
Right.
scientific.
And
you would
Being
think that
afraid
would
doesn't
take
bother
over.
Starts
me.
out
It gets so
pretty.
I agree
Okay,
that
I'll
there's
get
a
to it
weird
when it's mine.
duality there that doesn't
'cause
quite
the
work.
original script, he was still a teacher, like the actual Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then they rewrote
Miles
it. And
O'Keefe.
made,
That's your boyfriend.
no, thank you.
What do you mean?
Is
okay?
it the
He's
Red
fucking
Speedo?
ripped. Yeah.
Well, then you can have him. I don't care.
More for me. Fine.
Brian.
Wow, I
just
almost spewed.
All right.
so did Miles O'Keefe.
That's something I would change.
How
I
much
just think
O'Keefe is
he's-
in this podcast?
Yeah.
If you want to go,
Miles
is this
O'Keefe.
part of what,
I mean,
what
I'll
you would
jump
change?
off of yours
Go
because
for it.
that's one of a couple of things. I'll continue that one. I don't like the fainting because he's afraid of spiders and he's fainting. But when you first see him and you first meet him, he's like you said, he's standing up against Christopher Lee, and we're coming into the new century, and he's pretty tough. When he goes to Sleepy Hollow, he owns that room when he's either interrogating everybody, where the way he speaks to Katrina, the guy's got game. He's got a way with words. He's confident and charming.
When you first meet him, he's actually at the pier. He finds the
Right.
dead body.
Right.
And they're like,
Right.
Ichabod Crane, and he goes, none other.
Yeah.
Which is
like Sherlock
then-
Holmes.
bitches.
But then every now and
Ichabod.
then he jumps out of it, and then he's like this cowering, like the Ichabod.
Yes.
You got.
But he had no head.
And
But he had no
He's
head.
horses,
And I
you
think that's the problem with changing the script from teacher to
Constable.
like if he wasn't it fits in line more with the actual character.
No, it does. The Disney character, especially.
But
absolutely.
you're right. If you're gonna change him to a forensics guy, then
Right.
yeah, he wouldn't.
And
be
if you're
squeamish
gonna
about that stuff.
start out like the forensics guy, you can't go back to being the teacher. It's
Right.
two different.
He should have been more
performances.
like that. All those reactions should have been more about the fact that it's magic versus science.
Right.
I don't mind him being
he doesn't
afraid.
understand.
I mean, if he's
a different kind of
afraid,
afraid than
and
everybody
if
else in the
he's-
movie.
If
though.
he's taken
It's
aback,
like a
not
kooky
so
afraid.
silly, right?
Yeah.
He's more hammy, which brings me to my next change: the Scream-like ending. The ending where Miranda Richardson does the Noxzema girl rant pisses me off.
And then when the Hessian comes back to
Rebecca
life
Gayheart.
and they shoot him in the forehead.
I can't dig it. She's great throughout this whole movie. Everybody, the performances are moody and subtle, and then as soon as she is revealed to be
Spoilers.
the bad guy, she's cackling, she's waving her arms, she's
I
chewing
love
up the
that.
scenery. And what kills me for it is when they flash back to her plan and her beheading the servant girl. These are some beautiful images.
Right,
but
where she's
they're
like a stone cold killer.
overshadowed by this hammy, scream-like big reveal
Right.
that is just
Well, because by then
Too
she's
much.
lost it.
Yeah.
She's completely
but
insane
you
by
can
the
lose
end.
it and still like.
She was calm, cool, and collected when she
Let me tell you something.
slit the heads.
Remember when she brings up the hand when she says the thing to Ichabod? She's like, "You've gone so far as to not mention my hand."
Yeah.
Because of
Right.
those.
The-
That
She had
is
it bandaged
chilling.
up.
I would love to see the whole giveaway with that same kind of evil monotone because she sells it instead of just another, again, scenery chewing.
Well, at that point,
big reveal.
she's won. So what do you
Right.
need to go nuts about?
Right.
You won.
Yeah.
So maintain some
and then there's
I
the
would be
jokes, so
curious-
watch your head. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
I don't know. I would be.
Yeah.
I'd be
and
curious.
that line was improvised by her.
Yeah.
She starts throwing out hokey
Yeah.
one-liners.
We're
at
like,
that point.
okay, we're Freddy
Yeah, yeah,
Kruegering.
I don't know. I
I
still like that. I would be curious to see an alternate take where she was more serious, just
Yeah.
for the hell of it. But I love like the goose thing. Oh, what a goose!
Oh God!
I just fucking love that. That is one of like the quotes that have always stuck with me with this movie.
She just, I don't know. She had such a great evil woman performance. It was so malicious, but I don't know.
Well, and like the whole movie, she spends being this like subservient, like, oh, she's lesser than them because they're all men and the men are in charge.
Yeah.
So I love that, like, all of a sudden she just like lets loose, and it's just like that's what it is to me, is that she's just kind of like, all right, the gloves are off. I'm free.
Right.
All these men are dead, and I can be myself, and this is who she is.
But then there's this whole like thing where, why don't you just shoot them, Dad? Again, it's like there's plenty of time for these guys.
I got
to
a
kill
gun.
This
I can go get the gun and come back.
She has to know
shoot
how
it together.
Scott Evil.
She has to know how smart she is when she's revealing her plan, and she's basically breaking down like, here's what I did to the four most powerful men in this town.
Right. That's cinema 101, though. You gotta have the reveal.
I don't mind the kooky, but it's I don't mind that over the top at the end.
Yeah.
What I mind is the watch the head is in line with like when Ichabod is being all hokey and weird.
Right.
I'm like, you guys are in two different movies right now.
I wouldn't have liked
Everybody else is doing this homage to Hammer. You are sometimes. The rest of the time, you're like,
nah, you're Peter
and then he
Cushing
has like
one
a spell,
minute,
right? He has like a spell,
and then you're freaking Mr. Bean the next minute.
Right.
But sometimes his fainting is justified, like because he's such a man of science, and now he's confronted and he sees the supernatural with his own eyes.
Right.
He can't process.
That's how I view it.
I think that's why he faints.
I will give you the first time, but at the very end of the
he
movie,
faints like 4 times.
After everything he's gone through, he faints after all that.
Yeah, no.
And as far as her, I feel like I wouldn't have liked any of that if it had been a different actress.
Oh, it would have been even worse.
I think with Miranda Richardson,
it's watchable.
It was.
I will give you that.
It was entertaining. It was enjoyable.
I just think
if that had been like fucking Julia Roberts trying to act like that, then I would have been like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, no, I mean,
everybody plays their part well.
Absolutely, it's not a. It's just personal things that I don't like in slasher films, which we talked about before.
Yeah.
The exposition, the conclusion, it takes an hour for you to reveal your plan. Somebody would have killed you by now. Something would have happened. So so that's mine.
Okay.
Do you have Derek things that might not work for you today?
Oh. More like who doesn't work today, which is Jeffrey Jones. Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah. Tell you what, dipshit. You don't like my policies, you can just come on down here and smooch my big old white butt.
Other than that, I mean, I think everything is. If this movie came out tomorrow, I'd feel the same way about it.
Yeah.
I feel like this.
You think it would hit? It should, but would it?
Yes.
I think so.
I think so. Maybe in a different medium, or maybe even just as a movie, the way things are now.
People are still making period piece movies.
Yeah.
Like the one that I just mentioned, The Cursed.
Right.
And it's
Crimson
a fantastic
Peak.
movie. Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
I think that it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice because it would be like Tim Burton would be returning to his glory as opposed to making the same crap that he makes.
Are we like across the board on Jeffrey Jones?
Yeah, I have him in my.
That's who I had too.
I got a couple of things. Jeffrey Jones is definitely.
I just had the scene of him like when she's rubbing the blood on.
I know.
And I'm just like, even before I knew what I knew, I was like, that guy?
I liked Jeffrey Jones back then, but that was something I could have done without.
Even back then, yeah. I was just like,
yeah, exactly.
Put that guy away.
It's like, it's like she just popped a zit on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Could we have gotten slightly more attractive people to play these adulterers?
The lovers, I know.
At all?
It's a Tim Burton movie, so no.
Like Ian McShane, maybe.
Ian McShane.
We're going Emperor
Chris
Palpatine.
Farley was still alive back then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ian McDermott is like making out with younger chicks the whole movie.
Here we go. To replace Casper Van Dien, Jeremy London from Mallrats.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one.
How's that one?
I like that.
I like that.
I could go with that.
Let's go with that one.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, back to unappealing British people. I just, I know Miranda Richardson had a plan, but we had to see some of that. Couldn't we have seen it with a slightly better looking?
No, that's how they look back then.
I guess not.
You know what's sad is those people in that period are probably only like 27.
Yeah, I know. All the guys with the powdered wigs. Yeah, exactly.
Johnny Depp's only 13 in this movie.
And we talk about the 70s. People looked older, right?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all those guys were about to die anyways.
Wow.
Very young. Yeah, that's what they looked like back then.
They were 25 years old.
Everybody looked like Michael Gambon.
Love in the time of cholera.
Rest in peace, Michael.
Life is tough, that's man. Right. Yeah. That's what happens when you throw all your trash and you shit outside. That's what happens.
That's true. I know.
You poop in the street.
Yeah.
Pooping in the streets.
The black shit.
The black shit.
Ward, for what are you doing in this movie, Derek?
Casper Van Dien.
Yeah.
I only ever saw him in Star Trek, so I remember being like, oh, it's that dude when I first saw it. And he did not strike me as like a proper British type actor.
Yeah.
So
I don't even think he's doing an accent.
No.
I think
No, he's not.
talking in his normal
Yeah.
voice.
He's there to get killed. You're there to see him get killed.
Yeah.
But
he's the bully.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But also like the whole, I mean, when I remember seeing this movie and like knowing some of them, and now I know even more of them. But like all the Burton / British royalty actors, like Richard Griffiths, Landau, Lee, Gow, Gammon, Ian McDermott, like it's such a slew. It's a who's who.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
And it's kind of like now I watch it and I'm like awestruck. I'm like, wow, like they're all in one place. It's like it's like one of those things where like, oh, they're all in one place at the same time.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
You know what I really like about this movie is every scene there are 2 or 3 truly amazing actors on screen.
Yes. Yeah. That's
doing
true.
really awesome
Yep.
acting.
Yes.
Like Miranda
Absolutely.
Richardson is not in every scene. Michael Gambon is not in, but every scene you have a few people just being amazing. Cut
Right.
to next scene, a few people being amazing. Even the kid, Mazbeth.
Yeah.
I like that kid a
Yeah.
lot. I think he's really good. I don't think
I don't know
he
whatever
ever
happened
did.
to him.
I don't know if he's done anything either.
I thought he was
never looked him up.
fantastic in this movie.
He was good.
He kind of looks like the kid from Freezing
Yeah.
Kids.
Are you young
The one that
Mazbeth?
became
Well, my dad's
the one that became the director.
I love that line. That's
Yeah.
that. I'll
But it's
bring it
not
up
him.
later.
Get to the-
Only
Yeah.
Mazbeth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
thought he was good. The only person was Casper Van Dien. And I was like, get the fuck out of my movie.
So is it Casper Van Dien
Post-haste.
for everybody on the What Are You Doing in This Movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, okay.
I think so too.
How do we feel about Christina Ricci's eyebrows?
Okay, you skipped me on the what doesn't work for me.
Oh,
I
let's
had a
hear it.
couple
Oh, I'm
others.
sorry. I thought we all went Jeffrey Jones.
I
Go ahead.
had a couple of others, and one of them, the CGI, some of the CGI doesn't work, and we've gone through that.
good.
Blonde Christina Ricci does not work for me. You can't
No,
see
you're
her
right.
eyebrows.
No,
Can't
I
see
am
her
totally
eyebrows.
disagreeing with you.
No, she looks freaky.
Nope.
Can't see her eyebrows.
Can't
Nope.
see her eyebrows.
And I
Can't see the
love
line.
it.
No. She
Nope.
looks, nope.
Nope.
Horrendous.
I love her in this. I think she's never looked better.
I think she looks sickly.
All right, and here's no. Hear me out. This is my point.
Well, that's because it's 19th century New York.
I don't care if they
Christina
had black
Ricci.
hair back then.
She's 73 years old in that picture, Mark. She's going to die
right.
soon.
Hey, hear me out. This is why I love Christina Ricci in this movie. Her head and anything else is like totally out of proportion with her body. She has a huge fucking noggin and everything.
Everybody
In
in
this
this movie,
movie, I don't know if it's the costume, if it's the hairstyle.
Yeah.
It looks proportionate to her body.
All right, fair
and
enough.
she has never looked better.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I gotta go the other way. This is
Nope.
disagreeing. With
We are disagreeing.
She looks like something out of the Haunted Mansion in this.
Well, that's a Tim
She
Burton
looks
movie.
like- she looks like I don't know what she looks like. She looks terrible.
No, I think she looks
I don't
absolutely
dig no eyebrows.
gorgeous.
Christina Ricci.
You don't like?
She looks
No.
gorgeous.
You can
in
see
that.
Come on,
it
she looks
there
good.
because
And
it's
I think it is. I
enhanced
think it's the long hair.
for totally.
She doesn't
No.
often have long hair in movies. It's usually she has the short. She's a short
Short-ish,
brunette.
Yeah.
but it's dark.
Like, well, I mean, I'm talking like Casper and Gold.
Casper Van Dien?
No.
Casper Van
the first
Ghost.
Casper movie she made. And what was the other one? Now and then.
She's a brunette.
Like-
she's
Yeah, she is a brunette
She's a brunette
in real life.
She's got a round head.
Yeah.
She's my own Burner.
Like her round head.
I do like her
I'm going
round
to
head,
disagree
too.
with Brian on that.
Yeah.
What I will agree with is that I think she looks amazing, even though I think she doesn't have eyebrows, but she does. They're just dyed blonde.
Nah, it
I
doesn't.
still think she
Kills
looks
it.
fantastic.
Drives me nuts.
She looks fantastic
At least
in
darken
this
the
movie.
eyebrows, then keep the blonde hair. I will compromise with people on that one.
You know, they
I will
originally wanted
compromise.
Winona Ryder for it.
So when I watch
That would
the movie,
be most good.
I always think of he's trying to make her look like Edward Scissorhands.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder from
Edward
Scissorhands.
Ritchie hands.
Right.
She just has a
100%.
huge
That's
noggin.
enormous. I love it.
Yeah, you
I
love
do, I love
you
it.
love
I
to
love
look at.
round
Her
head
head is
women.
huge.
That's
Her
like,
eyes
have
are
you seen
huge.
the
Look it
animated Addams Family movie?
Oh, she looks better there.
No way.
Totally.
No.
I
her
feel-
head is-
Totally.
I feel like
She
the
looks like a
Wednesday
lollipop.
Addams
She looks
in the animated
luscious.
movies is a playoff for her because she's
She
got
looks-
this big long for like she's it's huge.
She's very anime.
Look at the
Very
size of that
anime.
girl's melon. I'm not kidding. It's like
It's like Sputnik.
Yeah.
All right.
Spherical, but
Big and
pointy in
spherical, there's
places.
shit sticking out of it.
Now we go.
That's his
Now we
own
move on.
virtual planetoid. That is his own weather system.
I'm glad I always,
sorry,
every time
I'm
I watch
sorry.
the movie, I think, do I like these eyebrows or don't I?
No,
like
you
these
don't.
eyebrows? I
They
think
just
I
die
do.
because yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't like no eyebrows on a girl. She has them.
like
they're
Mia
just dying.
Goth?
Yeah, they're not
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Like I hate that shit.
Yeah.
We got favorite quotes?
so many.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Villainy wears many masks. None so dangerous as the mask of virtue. I'll be damned if that isn't 100% true
Yeah.
for now everyday life. And I love the way that Ichabod says when Casper he goes like we haven't heard your name yet, friend.
I have not given it.
Which like it's one of those things where like he calls him friend in that way that like a douchebag says,
Yeah.
"Hey pal,"
Yeah.
like, "Hey buddy."
I'm not your buddy,
Moving on
guy.
his girl.
And
you can tell that his girl's
but-
instantly into.
But Johnny
Ichabod.
Depp's like his answer is just like, and it's like not like on a dime. He just says, like, that's because I haven't given it. Like, fucking badass.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. And that's before all the a spider, young Desmond, a spider.
It's just I don't know. It feels like a leather glove slap to the face.
It is.
That
It is.
line.
And it's an awesome
Well,
moment.
he's very like he goes to this town. He's big city boy.
City boy! City boy!
Right.
So everybody he's talking to, he's like, "You're an idiot." By comparison,
Right.
You uneducated
Look at you.
fuck.
And then of course I love. What a goose!
Yeah.
It's fucking stuck with me since I first saw this movie in the early '90s, and I love it.
You're a goose.
Yeah.
What a goose!
You're
What a goose.
Not gonna let you down, Goose.
What?
Tough gun.
I know that.
So mine is Reverend Steenwick when he says their heads were found severed. Their heads were not found at all.
That's right.
And Ichabod says their heads are gone. And he says taken by the Headless Horseman, taken back to hell.
Yep.
Yeah, love that line.
Very dramatic.
Everything else in the movie, I just love the movie.
You're a fan
man.
of the movie.
I love the movie.
I am
an
too.
awesome-
No,
It
it's a
is
great
like a
movie.
modern
It's an
Hammer
awesome-
movie,
It's a
man.
lot of fun.
It's amazing what Tim
Oh,
Burton
yeah,
did.
yeah. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
And that would.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I'm sorry, man.
If I was you, I would really.
Don't you
I
ever
would
Yeah.
too.
sorry.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
And I like it more now for what I know about.
But if you
it.
had grown up watching the
If I
old
grew up
Hammer
watching
movies,
those movies,
Yeah.
and Tim Burton
You'd be
made a
like,
movie
holy
like
shit, this was made
for
just
sure.
for me.
yeah.
Like the movie should have ended when they killed the Headless Horseman.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of
That's
going
what
to
I was
New
like,
York.
Yeah, it just ends. Yeah.
Yeah.
They all fall off a cliff.
They all bumped their heads and never woke up.
Yeah, yeah.
They fall through the ice.
Forever.
What do you got, Tito?
I got it is truth, but truth is not always appearance. Ichabod Crane says that. I like that. You know what I really like the way he says this when he's talking to Christina Ricci and he tells her, "I think you loved me that day." I love that interaction between them, and I love how he says
You
that
followed me
line.
into the woods.
You motherfucker. You almost took all of
I love that line. I got one more.
Uh-huh.
I hope this isn't it.
I hope not either.
I have good reason, then you are bewitched by reason. I am beaten down by it.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
that's a good
love
line.
that. And the quote that he writes in the book, I just think is hilarious. 5 to 4, the secret conspiracy points to.
Oh,
Pontus.
he's totally wrong.
I think it's hilarious. But the very next scene, it's like it all
right.
points to Baltus, but
Yeah.
it's not Baltus.
Yeah.
Those are.
Mine are, you're a long way from New York. I just
Yeah.
like the way
Yeah.
Christopher Lee delivers that.
Yeah.
And it's a hammy line, but the music is so beautiful when these two go back and forth with it. I love Perhaps There Is a Little Witch in You, Katrina. Why would you say that? Because you've bewitched me. I just, I love it. It's hammy.
Well, she said like the way that she's because she's taken aback. She's like,
Yeah,
because oh my god, he knows.
Yeah.
But it
But
is
I-
very like classic.
It's
the
a
lines are very
classic
classic
Hammer,
and romantic and
like
Yep.
old school, right?
yeah,
It
old
is.
school romantic.
That's like
yeah.
a-
Like
Yeah.
normally I would
very
would roll
gothic.
my eyes at all the
I would roll
romance.
my eyes too, but the music is
But
so
it's-
amazing
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It overshadows the cheesiness for
Because
me.
like with Gothic, like the themes are like romance,
Right.
in the face of death,
Right.
and it just this movie like exudes that with
Yeah.
with Johnny Depp and
Yes.
Christina
Right.
Ricci
Yeah.
together. It's like
And that I hate to hammer this point home, but like
no pun intended. I see what you did there.
Hammer.
it makes those hokey scenes so much hokier for me. Like that, the love stuff isn't hokey. It's
Right.
the passing out stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fainting.
Yeah.
But that stuff that I should find hokey is just really, really like intriguing and endearing, and it's like done.
Well,
But
very
if
well,
this
well.
movie was made
They're
in the
selling it.
'60s, if this movie was a Hammer
Yeah.
movie made in the '60s, and people were fainting like that, would it be so out of place?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Maybe.
Yes. I'm going to say
You
yes
think so?
because it's
Yeah, you
such
think
a-
it would be?
It's such a different character from what he is. If it was any character.
But like
if
I said,
Peter
he's now
Cushing-
he's a man of science now
Right.
confronted with the supernatural, and he can't handle it.
But take any Hammer actor from a Dracula film who's all into science. If it's not
Cushing.
Peter Cushing, what
Oh.
if he's like fainting at one moment because he sees a werewolf for the first time?
A werewolf.
You know, like that just wouldn't work with him. He's
Yeah.
faced off.
Well, are
against
there any
villains.
are there any characters on shows that are forensic people that are squeamish? Like even
squeamish?
Yeah, like
Yeah, there's people who can't. I mean, but
like
no
they're
one's
in
ever-
that field. They should like people that should be okay with all of that because of what they do.
That doesn't even bother me that he's not like he doesn't have the stomach for it.
But you
it's
can-
really his delivery
Yes.
that bothers me.
If he put the
It's not
rag
what he's
over
doing,
his
it's how
mouth
he's
like he
doing
was
it.
in the beginning when he was
Right.
seeing the first dead body,
Okay.
I could totally buy that. If he's squeamish, that's one thing. Even if he has to step away from the body and turn his head or something, fine. He goes on an all-out cartoonish feint.
Well, because I
And
think he
it's
was
too
going for the
much.
character.
That's
The
what-
character of Ichabod
Yeah,
Crane.
but-
you
That's how
think.
it feels
but
to me
that's
too.
fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Cartoonish, where
Fine.
right.
And if he started off this whole movie with that kind of character, then I could
Right.
buy the feigning.
Yeah, but he starts off as kind
He
of a
starts
badass.
I
off
think
as a
it's-
badass.
it's
You
more
so
pointed it out.
highlighted.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't escape. You know, the moment Braun there starts with him, he knows
Yeah.
what to say.
Right.
He holds his ground. He holds his ground against pretty much everybody in
In the town.
in the town
Right.
who's like chastising him.
Right.
He's not the slightest.
If he had been
bit
made a
nervous.
fool of in that situation,
Exactly.
it would be a little
right.
different. Yeah.
So
no,
I,
I
yeah.
get
So
you.
even
I
if
get
you encounter the supernatural, it can definitely throw you off your game.
Right.
For sure. But there's a line between throwing you off your game and completely changing how you are in your performance.
Gotcha.
And I think that's
That's
the problem.
same. So
Yep.
that's
Okay.
yes, and I think it's more highlighted for me because everyone else in this movie is so fucking good, and Johnny Depp is good.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
But when he has those moments, you're like, oh, you're throwing everybody else off.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you
Right.
maybe don't know how to do it
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same way everybody
Everybody's
else can.
on a rhythm.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
can blame
And then-
Johnny Depp because I'm sure it was in the script.
Maybe.
Oh no,
Right.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? He's not
I don't-
improvising the
his
faintings.
approach or whatever,
Right.
whatever his approach is
Right.
to it, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah. Be it script
Well,
or,
like I said,
or
I think
ad-lib.
I think when they changed his profession in the script, I think that
From teacher to constable, yeah.
it really threw a wrench in
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Potentially, this is the beginning of Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Like, ugh,
Yeah.
that's me pretending to be Keith Richards, pretending to be Captain Jack Sparrow. Ugh.
Yeah. And that was the problem. The press made a huge deal about Johnny Depp disappearing into a role. Or
Yeah.
how is he going to approach this role next? That I think it was like the M. Night Shyamalan twist thing. He's
Right.
got to have a twist in everything he does.
Yeah.
So Johnny Depp I've got to do something weird in
Right.
everything I do.
I can't play this role
I
straight.
just can't
I have
play it
to.
normal. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
I think the last thing I saw him play straight was when he
Secret
made
Window.
no when he
I'm not kidding.
no I
Stop
think
trying to
I
make
think when he
Secret Window
made
a
the cameo he had the cameo in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
funny,
yeah.
hilarious.
Like
That
he kind
was
of
great.
I feel like he
So
played that
funny.
Yeah.
not completely straight but
Yeah.
like straightish.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a funny scene.
That was a funny movie.
Yeah.
The whole movie was great.
Awesome.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it. Love it. And the sequel was even better.
great sequel.
Yeah.
They should make a third. They're probably
should.
too old,
Agreed.
though. They're probably too old.
But in 22 Jump Street, when they had like the credits rolling, they showed like all the
Oh,
the posters for all the sequels that were coming. Oh,
We had
fantastic!
this entire conversation.
I know we did. I know we
Verbatim.
did.
Verbatim.
I know we did.
Yes, I remember.
I know we did. I know. I know.
No, we're
It's-
dads. We
We're
get away with it.
73
We're
years
dead.
old,
We
Mark.
are.
What do you want?
We're gonna die soon.
We're old. We have
Collectively,
the
we're
same conversations.
73,
I can't
right?
remember.
We're adding up all of our ages.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Tito.
my last quote is: "Truth is not always appearance." I love that. Just absolutely thing. The whole
Nice.
cardinal thing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Great fucking
Okay.
movie. MVP?
Burton. I think he's the QB at the forefront of this movie. He surrounds himself with amazing cinematography with Emmanuel Lubezki and design, Rick Heinrichs, and music, Danny Elfman. Like I think Mark, you said it. I mean, well, although I slightly disagree because I think he has made other stuff after this, but like this was one of his like last really great Burton scores.
Yeah.
And but like just just the way that it looked and the way that it was designed, everything about this movie just kind of fit. And, you have to give him that QB MVP.
They're together on Wednesday.
Not to make it too
I thought that
sporty.
was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
No, I get it.
The music in Wednesday is really good. The show is really
Right.
good. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And he's done other stuff. I mean, he did Mission. I don't know if Mission Impossible came after this. It wasn't Burton, but he did Sweeney Todd.
Mission Impossible
He does the music
was
for Sweeney Todd,
before.
except for the actual songs that are from the musical.
I think Mission Impossible was like 96 or 97 or something like that.
He's had to have done
What,
other
the
stuff.
first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been around 96,
Yeah,
95,
Danny
96.
Elfman. Oh yeah, he
I
did the
was in,
music
like,
for Big
middle
Fish
school.
and which was
He's
after.
done the music
Oh,
for
I know he's
the
done-
majority of
Willy
Tim
Wonka
Burton's
and-
movies.
Yeah.
To school.
Well, that's early. That's
that's Oingo Boingo stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Oingo Boingo shows up in that movie.
Oingo Boingo. That's fun to
Boingo
say.
Boingo shows. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did Dead Man's Party.
Yep.
He did Spider-Man No Way Home.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on. The dude, he performed at Coachella. So
I know. I've seen
him. He's still fucking relevant.
No, he's awesome. I'm just saying he was.
saying he stinks, Derek.
Okay, well,
I'm saying
We're just saying his
That's
wife
how I took it.
hasn't
That's
aged
how I
as well
took
as
it.
she
Yeah.
could have.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
He's no Mark Mothersbaugh, but
No,
he's
that's What is yours, sir?
Yeah.
I'm going to say everybody involved in this movie because I think everybody was firing on all cylinders in this movie. I think they all pulled it
Even the
together.
kid. Really?
Dude, even the kid.
kid with the kid.
The
wasn't
kid was
fired
on
at all.
screen. Dude, the kid was on screen.
A total of 3 minutes.
I agreed he wasn't the best.
He was catatonic.
But you know what? For the scene lasted 2 minutes. The kid was on screen for maybe a minute of that.
Too much.
It was fine. It was fine. I'll forgive him.
All right.
I'll forgive him.
Fine.
Well, wait a minute. What was the difference between him and the other kid, the one that the horseman
The
goes
color
after?
of their hair.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Really.
yeah.
Because they both don't blink or
No, they
emote
don't.
anything.
He's
They
kind of
just
the
sit
same.
there. Yeah.
Wait, the Killian kid?
The
Yeah,
little kid, yeah.
Come on, he looks scared.
No, he doesn't. He has that same blank stare.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he
Well,
did.
I don't
We're
know.
He's
gonna,
not
wa-
bringing
you know, what?
anything
We're gonna
to the
watch
table.
these two scenes.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to.
I'll turn this podcast right around, young man.
I would prefer not to just.
Who is your MVP, Tito?
Well, wait. Are we recording? By the way, Brian.
Yeah, I
Okay,
made
okay,
sure we
good,
were
good.
recording.
Sorry.
Like
What
4
a-
times I made
what
sure
a
we were recording.
question.
Because it's
Speaking
been a good
of
one.
going back, that's just,
Yeah.
all right.
I like Burton too. I'm gonna give it to the Headless Horseman though.
Yeah.
Like the character or
The
or
character of
Walken
the Headless
and
Horseman,
Raymond?
I like the way he is in this movie. I
This
like Ray
tree
Parker in
is
it.
Gateway.
Dude, he's doing amazing. He doesn't even have any fucking lines. He's just
Yeah.
fucking spinning axes and swords and
right.
chopping heads off.
Yep.
Dude, amazing.
Until
Even after he
gets,
becomes Christopher Walken.
Well, and then his lines are That's
yeah,
it.
I would have been cool with him never seeing him with a head.
Same.
I don't know.
I've taken
Christopher
your
Walken
head.
kind of take. It took me out of a little bit. It takes me out of more, like we said
Yeah.
now. But
Yeah.
like, a no head at all is fine.
Phrasing.
But yeah, Headless Horseman, the original slasher, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so. One of them.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
He went all the way through that neck.
He sure did.
Yeah, for sure.
Mine again, bringing it back.
Jeffrey Jones.
I love Jeffrey Jones. MVP.
Bringing it back.
Rudy!
Early Jones. Yeah.
No, I love everything in this movie. I love all the cast.
Come out to the parking lot. I'd like to have a word with you, by God.
But I'm gonna go with the music. Every time anybody mentions this movie, all I can think of is the Headless Horseman theme. Yeah, just everything.
Yeah.
I love
music
the
is
whole
very
score.
good.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, it stands out more than anything else in the movie.
I love the opening credits
Yes.
for this movie.
Yeah, the whole movie is great. I love it.
Yeah.
Even those those minor things that I mentioned.
Yeah.
I could watch this movie at any time. I love it. But whenever you mention it, all I can think of right away is the first thing that pops in my head. What a
Yeah.
great
It's
score.
like a Broadway overture.
It is the music, but I mean,
Yeah.
even the look of it. I was watching this, like Tito said, like about a month or so ago, and I was thinking as I'm watching it, I don't think I've seen another movie where the titles become missed.
Yes.
Right.
After
love that.
they form.
And they change with they go with the setting.
Exactly.
Like
Yep.
there's a
It's
reflection of them on the
brilliantly
water,
done.
and then it blows away in
Yes.
the wind with the leaves. It's
Yes,
so
it's
cool.
brilliantly done.
And I love that the title, when it finally says Sleepy
Sleepy Hollow, yeah.
it's not the font of the movie,
Right.
Like on
Like on the
cover.
poster.
right? It's kind of simplistic.
Yes.
And Oh,
It's like the rest of the
It
credits.
is. Yeah. It's awesome.
It's subtle.
It's
but
very
effective.
well done. Top of their craft.
It makes the rotation.
Of course.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
Every Halloween.
Sir.
Every Halloween.
Even
Yeah,
even
even
in the
more.
summertime.
Yeah. Once
I
in a
watched it at the
while.
end of August,
Yeah,
beginning of
I know.
September.
I watch this movie all the time.
Yeah.
It's weird. I probably watch this movie more than any other Tim Burton movie.
I think I agree with you, Tito.
Because
yeah.
it's really
It's definitely at the
it's
top.
a really
Yeah.
easy watch.
It is.
It's
I
a
feel
really
like-
easy watch.
I think Beetlejuice is probably my main.
That's a good one. Too.
That's a good one too, but I
Yeah.
still watch this one more than Beetlejuice.
I do
Yeah, me
too.
too.
Yeah.
I do
I might
too,
go like
actually.
Nightmare Before
Yeah,
Christmas.
and even more than the Batman movies.
Yeah. Well, Batman,
Yeah.
I go over Sleepy Hollow, but
Well.
Sleepy Hollow over. Well, actually, you know what? It's still at the top, but I think it's Batman and Ed Wood.
So let's
Oh,
talk. How
yeah,
does
Ed
it
Wood's a good
stack up?
How does it stack up?
Tim Burton films.
Burton, it's definitely towards the top. for
Yeah,
me.
agreed.
Same.
Absolutely.
It is toward the top.
Not bad.
What about you, friendo?
I'm gonna put this at the top for Tim Burton movies. Yeah, I love this one. Absolutely love this one.
So I mean, he didn't direct Nightmare Before Christmas, but I still.
Well, it's
consider
Tim
it-
Burton.
He's
Burton.
produced
Yeah.
it. His name is all over it.
Created
His
it.
Yeah,
style
I
is
pretty
all
much
over it.
made that movie.
It's his
and-
doodles.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Probably this. Yeah, I would say probably it's top 5 Tim Burton movies for me. The later stuff is fine.
Yeah.
What was that? Miss Pettigrew.
Yes.
With the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Fine.
that's not bad.
Fine.
Yeah.
Ava Green.
That's got you, Eva Green.
Ava Green's
Yeah.
in it.
Yes.
Is it Ava or Eva?
Mind your own business.
Ava.
Ava.
Is it Ava?
Ava.
Because it's spelled Eva.
Ava.
Ava,
But she's
Ava.
French.
She's one of those stupid
She's
people that like
tomato.
pronounce
French.
it.
It's
Oh, I
Ava
gotta be
Green.
different.
I wish she was.
I mean, blame her parents.
I
Yeah.
do. I
Blame
do.
her parents.
And her last name is actually
I do not
pronounced.
blame her mother for drinking.
Her last name is actually pronounced Grain. With
No,
an
it's
E
not.
with an E on the end.
No,
Like a grain
no,
of
it's
sand?
not. I'm only kidding.
Oh.
I'm glad I've come to the point where I know when
Ava
you're fucking with
Green.
me now.
I'm gonna thank her parents for
Ava
Ava
Green.
Green.
I like it.
personally.
Ava
Yeah,
Green.
Yeah.
Ava Green. Yeah, friend of the show.
Fooled me. This one is up there for you
That
also?
is top. Yeah, top right up there with Batman, Edward Scissorhands, and Ed Wood.
Dude, I love Edward Scissorhands. You don't like Edward Scissorhands?
I know
love
I
that
do.
movie.
It's just not. It's not the one of the ones like if I
Again,
had to
for
live
the
without
music.
Yeah.
some Burton movies, I would put that one aside.
That Vincent Price
movie
last
is so
performance
good.
of
I
Vincent
love it.
Price.
I know you love that.
Fuck that. No way. I can't top that, man. I cry
You know
like
what
a
I've
school.
come to decide to figure out is that Vincent Price is not a very good actor.
Oh, I'm
He's not, but
Bite your
he's
tongue, sir.
I love him. No,
Bite
I love
your
him. I
tongue.
He's
love him. I enjoy him.
iconic.
Because I've been watching a lot of the Roger Corman Poe, Edgar Allan Poe, like movies that he's done with Vincent Van Gogh.
That don't make no sense.
Those were fun.
Those were.
He's
The one
just
where he loses an ear?
he's not. Yeah, like The Raven is
Yeah.
fucking out there.
Yeah.
See the oblong box?
I haven't seen the Oblong
That's a good
Box,
one.
no.
Wait a second. Okay, but you're going with the Corman films.
Acting back then is just
You're
different.
going with later Vincent Price. You never saw him before he was recognized as the hammy horror star he
Well, I
tended
know.
to
I mean,
be.
I saw him
You
in
know, a lot of the early stuff that
The
he
Monster
did,
Club.
He's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, but
And
again,
The
that's
Invisible
late-
Man
and
Returns.
House
The
of
Fly.
Wax.
Oh man!
Oh, see,
yeah.
I haven't
The
heard those
Fly.
ones.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Those are
those.
good.
House of Wax. He's
House
not,
of
I
Wax.
don't. I think he's phenomenal in House
Yeah,
of
he's-
Wax.
he is.
Right? He's just.
I
don't
think
know.
he's great.
I don't get me wrong. I love him.
I don't think you do.
He's like the Christopher Walken of his generation. Essentially. Yes.
You know what?
He was just like really
Maybe.
cool at being Vincent Price.
That's right. Before John Heder.
What this movie needs is more cowbell.
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought he was really cool. I don't have the
love
only
him.
experiences I have with Vincent Price are Thriller
Yeah.
and fucking Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
Growing up, that was
Yeah.
it for me. I always thought he was cool. He had that thin mustache. I thought he was a cool motherfucker.
Yeah. You gotta watch early Vincent Price.
Yeah.
I'm
before
gonna
you
have to.
make
I've
that
never seen
assessment,
the
sir.
Fly, the original Fly.
Dean,
The original
Dean.
Fly is awesome.
And what'd you say? The Invisible Man Returns.
He's in the sequel to The Invisible
The
Man.
Last
He
Man
plays the
on
Invisible Man.
Earth, Theater of
Oh,
Blood
yeah.
is fantastic.
Well, Theater of Blood I've
Abominable
seen.
Dr. Phibes. He doesn't even speak, and he can carry that movie. It's incredible. Dean, I know you're listening. When you come here next time, back me up on this one.
I'm sure you guys
he
are right.
will.
I will have to check some of the
Kneel
early stuff
before
out.
his eye.
But I have seen Theater of Blood.
Oh, you have? Okay. Oh, it's so good. All right.
But I feel like that was kind of the thing back then because Peter Lorre is kind of the same way. Like he's acclaimed, but he's also just fucking over the top.
That's what he was known for.
Yeah.
No, I know, and that's what Vincent Price was known for, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I guess so. I mean, there is an audience that does recognize him for that
Right.
that flamboyant performance of his.
Right.
But there's so much more to dig there, sir. Vincent Price.
He's a cool motherfucker.
I'm
Peter
looking
Lorre
forward
was-
to exploring new horizons with Vincent
Yeah,
Price.
we're gonna have to. I've taught you nothing,
Not with
Derek.
me, man.
Time to take you back to Cable 8.
You make a sequel for
I'm
this?
holding you back.
At least Derek knows
Yes.
who Vincent Price is.
That's very true.
We have certain neighbors around
Yeah, there's
here
some neighbors who don't know.
even know
Yeah.
who Vincent Price is.
I know a couple of
Seriously?
people who-
Yeah, no. Mark brought up Vincent Price at a school dance, and one of our neighbors was like,
Our
"Vincent
daughter,
who?"
yeah. Our daughters. There was the father-daughter dance. Brian
Yes.
brought Quinn. Obviously, I brought Emily, and we were talking. There was another father there who Brian had known.
Yeah, he
Kids-
lives 2 streets over.
Right, and we were talking about Thriller because they were playing, and I'm like, well, it's funny. I love the Vincent Price part in this more than anything else.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he says, "Who's Vincent Price?" And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
well, all right.
And Mark's like, Mark's like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
You didn't tell him who Vincent Price was?
No.
No.
The guy talking on the fucking song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told him who he
The odds
was.
of
Yeah.
getting down.
Yeah. I said, I
What
love
do you think the Vincent Price part was? Like,
Who's Vincent Price?
He just thought that was Michael
He just thought
Jackson
that- yeah,
doing his hardcore voice.
His real voice.
Yeah. That's just Michael Jackson normal talk.
Let's go home, Timmy.
To terrorize your neighborhood.
You know, good for that guy for living in a fucking bubble his entire life. You know? It's hard to do.
it is hard to do,
really
especially
is.
nowadays.
I appreciate those people who are just like clueless to everything. Yeah, good for you, man.
How do you get to work every day?
He just does.
He floats.
Finds his
like
way.
Georgie's balloon. He's
How
just
do you
slow.
find your
Stumbles
way?
along
He
life.
just gets there.
All right, next.
Sequel, Derek?
Derek.
Sequel, Katrina. Oh, no, that's my post credits. Sequel is Ichabod and Katrina, now living in New York City, use magic and science to track down a serial killer Phantom on Broadway.
Oh, I thought you were going Jack the Ripper. I
Nope.
really did for a
Nope,
minute.
that's across the ocean. So
That's for the third one.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
Part
call.
3.
Good
save
call.
save some of that for the sequel.
How many times did Johnny Depp faint in that movie?
Yeah.
12.
12 times. I thought so.
Double the fainting, twice the blood.
Masbeth, he did
At
it
the
again.
at the sight of Christina Ricci naked with no eyebrows. She
Oh,
looks
this
like
time
a
she has
fucking
eyebrows.
alien.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that
Does
would make
carpet
me
match
faint.
the drapes?
I don't know.
Nearly invisible.
Really invisible.
Oh my, it's communion. Ah.
Waka waka. You got a sequel?
I do, and mine's called the Horseless Headsman, and it's about an executioner who can't find his horse. No,
That's good. I would see it
I would
See?
see that too.
twice. I would see it twice, at least. I didn't have a sequel. I don't have anything.
no,
that
I
can
didn't
top
have
that.
one either. I just made
Did
it
you have
up.
a sequel?
I got Miranda Richardson rising out of the tree as the new headless horsewoman, seeking revenge and continuing the horseman's reign of terror. Sleepy Hollow 2, Hollow Harder. That's right.
The tagline, what a goose.
Yeah, what a goose.
What a goose.
Not gonna let you down, Goose.
You know what? I'm just gonna remake the third act of Sleepy
all
Hollow.
right.
That's what I'll
Okay.
do. So we all love this movie.
Yes,
we do.
Okay, three geeky dads.
Seal of approval.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What,
4
gentlemen?
thumbs up.
Way up.
Six, whatever.
Or
Don't do
8.
One
math.
per
We can't do
person, I
math.
think, is what he's aiming
Oh,
at.
all right. Well, you do. All right.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
per
just
person.
the one. Just
Yeah.
the one.
Well,
We
I
don't need
give
to
it
go
2.
8.
Well, I-
All right,
thumbs
8.
up.
Then 8 thumbs up.
Nobody
Whatever,
needs that
us,
many
whatever.
thumbs.
We're not using toes.
Yeah.
What's making our geek flag fly?
Derek.
Spider-Man 2 just dropped. That and Assassin's Creed Mirage just came out too.
Did you get them both?
I did. I pre-ordered them a while ago, so it was nice little surprise that popped up on my PlayStation when I woke up.
That's good. That's a good feeling, right? You just
It
throwing
is.
money
I'm
out
like,
there
oh
in the world,
shit,
and
I
then
forgot
one day
all
you're
about
like,
that.
"Oh, fuck! There's a thing that I bought."
Yeah.
Christmas comes early.
Awesome.
That happens with me all the time on
Right.
Amazon.
I'm like,
I
oh.
pre-order them like my helmets over here, and then all of a sudden I forget about it. One shows up on my doorstep. Nice.
That reminds me, I got art supplies coming today. Now that I think about it, nice.
I haven't played too much of either of them yet, but yeah, and they're just enthralling open world games. I love those.
All right. That's awesome.
That's it.
So mine, I've got 2 things: Gen V and Download. The series Download are both
Download?
on. Download has Amel. Not is it Steven?
Stephen Amell?
Robbie.
Robbie Amel.
Oh, Robbie.
Robbie Amell.
Kidnap Johnson
The
in
Ray.
that
This is the
movie.
Ray.
Huh?
He played the Ray.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Arrowverse, he played.
Oh,
the
okay.
Ray.
I didn't know that.
He played Firestar.
Yeah.
He played
Firestar. Yeah.
So
Firestorm.
In download, he dies, and in this world, you can download your consciousness onto a hard drive, and it's kind of like a virtual afterlife.
Oh, cool.
I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Season 3 just started.
Oh.
On Amazon.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good.
Sorry.
You guys should check it out. I talked about it before.
Yes.
Gen V, I saw.
Gen V is awesome too.
I've heard it's really good.
I've only
when
watched
did those episodes drop?
I don't know, but I've only seen the first 3.
Oh,
my wife Kathy is like up to episode 5.
I watched all 6 so far,
Yeah.
and it's really good.
Yeah, I love what I've seen so far. That's basically it.
Nice.
Check out Download. Check out Gen V. I'm loving both of those series.
I only got one. It's Riddler: Secrets in the Dark.
Oh, so good.
I listened to it.
Oh, is that the podcast?
Yeah, it's very short.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good. I liked it better than Unburied.
Oh,
I liked
really?
it better than the Harley Quinn one.
Wow.
It's fun. Hassan Minaj is really, really good as the Riddler.
Yeah.
The story's really cool. It's got this really good balance of like.
What's his name?
Hassan Minaj.
Sorry, that's all I could hear when you said it.
Well played. Well played. Is he related to Nikki?
No, I don't believe that.
I'm kidding.
The
Nicki
Rapstress.
Minaj, the Rapstress. Disgusting.
But it's a really fun. Everybody's back except for the Batman is a different voice actor. It's not Winston Duke.
Oh man, this
But
sucks.
he's good. He actually what I really like about it is that there is no Bruce Wayne in the show at all. It's only Batman.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So it's Riddler kind of teaming up with Batman because somebody is offing villains. It's this really good dynamic of, they're all sociopaths and they're killers, but they're his friends and he cares about them and he actually thinks they're good guys. So
Nice.
Riddler thinks Killer Croc is a good guy. He thinks King Tut is a good guy because he tells great
that's
stories.
cool.
Vincent Price.
Right? He tells really great
Oh,
stories.
that was Egghead.
Oh, Egghead is
sorry,
in it. Egghead is in it also.
Oh, Egghead's in it also.
Right, that's Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Killer Croc.
God damn it, Derek.
It's got a really cool the villain.
At least he
in it
knows
is
who he
really,
is.
really fun. And it's got this really great, and he was great with that voice actress who does Barbara Gordon is back.
Yeah, see, I was hoping it would be
really
more of
fun
them.
together.
Yeah,
they're really fun together, and he does. It's a lot of fun. And every the episode, the longest one I think is like 22 minutes.
Oh no shit!
I listened to it in 2
And
days.
how many episodes are there?
8.
Oh wow!
Nice.
There's like 16-minute episodes, 18-minute episodes.
geez. All right,
I knocked
cool.
it out.
I love how they've been bringing the Riddler back into the light over the past few Batman projects.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
really
you,
great
Paul
what they're
Dano.
doing with them.
It's great.
That's awesome.
It's very good.
Another reason to love the Batman and what they've done for that character.
Yeah.
So
And he is very complex in this story.
Cool.
And it's fun.
I'm sorry. Was it the
Check it
same? Did you say it was the same actor who was in?
yeah.
And Unburied,
in
the same
Unburied.
voice
Okay,
actor
all
from
right,
Unburied.
cool,
Yeah,
good.
the only person who's different is Batman.
Okay. All right.
But I liked his voice a little bit better than I did Winston Duke's Batman voice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fat Man.
Fat Man.
Batman.
Fat Man on
I said
Batman.
Batman. Did that sound like Batman?
That's my new podcast, Brian. Fat Man on Batman.
Oh, you're stealing from
Yeah,
Kevin
you
Smith
steal-
then.
Don't
It's
steal from
already a
Kevin
thing.
Smith.
Oh, is
They'll
it?
have a
Yeah.
heart attack. Yeah.
You didn't know he had a heart attack?
No. Yeah, he did. Oh, poor guy. I hope he's okay.
He cried a lot.
Something's gonna happen now. Joe Bob Halloween special on Shudder. It's
Yeah.
his annual Halloween special dropped,
But still not Halloween 3.
Still not Halloween.
Fuck
3.
them.
He won't do it.
Wow.
Actually,
Dumpster
I honestly don't think they can get the rights to
Come
it.
on,
That's
Darcy
probably
just
more-
blows.
No. It's
Darcy needs to blow whoever she needs to.
No, it's
No,
it's
it's
not
not
as simple
that.
as that. I think Mark's right. I think
think it's a rights thing?
They
Shudder
can't
getting
get
the rights
to
for
it because they've commented on that before.
Yeah.
Like everybody's.
Who the fuck is
clamoring.
holding the rights to Halloween 3 so tight?
Tom Atkins.
No, it's not him. No
He
way.
doesn't care. He didn't even show up.
He's on. Did you see? Have you made it to the Creep Show episode with him?
Not yet.
Oh
No.
Oh, he's
I'm waiting for
Something
for my
Borrowed.
Wife to watch them. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I saw the first couple. They're great.
Ah, so good.
I love them.
I gotta watch
But the 2 movies he does are Demons 2 and All Hallows Eve,
Oh,
which I
nice.
have recommended. All Hallows Eve, which you just recently bought on Vudu.
Yes.
It's the
That's the
first
one with
appearance.
Terrifier.
Yep, the first
the
appearance
Art the
of
Clown.
Art the Clown.
Yeah.
It's a great anthology.
yeah.
Okay,
and
you
we
have
love
brought that up.
anthology.
Oh, it's an anthology?
It's an anthology.
Oh,
movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
And what's the other one?
Demons 2. Which, if you guys,
Electric Boogaloo.
if
So
you
not
guys-
Night at the Demons.
No,
It's
no.
Demons.
There was the Italian horror film Demons, which
Okay.
is awesome,
Yep.
and Demons 2, which is, if you guys liked Evil Dead Rise, it's essentially Demons 2.
Oh.
People getting possessed in an apartment and going nuts.
Sweet.
It's fucking fantastic.
Cool.
Got a great 80s metal hard rock soundtrack to it. The effects are incredible. I cannot see Demons 2.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, and see All Hallows Eve. It's on Shudder and should be on AMC Shudder. I don't know. It goes back and forth, but I think it's
Yeah.
there for everybody right now.
Cool.
That's mine.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Roll
Well,
roll.
That's it.
top
so
night.
that is a great night. You know, we have fun on this show. We had fun tonight, and there are plenty of episodes to go back to and check out all of us having fun and having a great time and debating.
All of them. Every one of them
single
is
one
stellar.
them.
Yes.
Every
And
single one.
if you
Not a
want to
dud
see
in the
these
bunch.
episodes, if you want to see the verses, the Drink Till It's Good, our past Halloween episodes, or whatever, Brian, where the hell can they go?
Mark, they can go the hell to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
gdpodcast.com. And as Mark just said, you'll be able to find every single one of our episodes there. Yes, we are up to like episode number 225, I believe.
I can't
if
wait
my
till we get to
counting is right.
227 and Jack Hay comes
Jack
on.
Hay.
yes.
Oh,
Friend
it's
of the
gonna
show,
be awesome.
Jack Hay.
It's going to be awesome.
Can we do a 227 episode?
We totally
that's
should.
awesome. Yes. In honor of 227. Mary. I thought the hurricane season was over. Yes.
Anyway,
Sorry, Brian.
at our website, you will be able to find all of our past episodes along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you're not already a subscriber, please smash one of those one-click buttons, and you will be able to never miss one of our upcoming episodes. Our Ko-fi page is also linked there. We have a Ko-fi page, which is kind of like Patreon, and if you like what we do, and we hope you do, please consider contributing to the show. It helps keep it going. As we always say, podcasting is not cheap. And if you would like to rate and review the show, please consider giving a 5-star rating and a review. Helps keep us a little further forward from the rest of the podcast pack and makes it easier for other people to find us as they're searching for us, because we want them to find the original, the best, the Three Geeky Dads. Let me see, what else? Our social media links are there. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our audio can also be found weekly on YouTube. And Mark, if I've forgotten anything, I apologize, but I'm going to hand it back to you. I think I've covered pretty much everything that I can think of.
As always, thanks for listening.
As always, thank you for listening.
So I can say thank you, Brian.
Thank you,
Thank
Mark.
you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Until next time, when we bring you one more Halloween episode to close out this month, even though it will be happening in November, but we missed a week, so
That's
deal with
okay.
it. Just deal with it.
We're on our own time schedule.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
exactly.
They don't need to know why we do what we do.
Thank you, Tito.
Exactly.
That's right. Tito's my Mickey. He's my Mickey. Rock, you gotta do what you want to do. Don't
Yeah.
save some of that.
Hey, and shout out to
Mickey
the late,
my
great...
Hey, Paulie. Oh, all right.
Yeah, R.I.P. Paul.
And Richard Roundtree.
And Richard Roundtree, and Suzanne Summers, and Mark Goddard. Mark Goddard passed away too.
Yeah, within the last
from
2
Lost
months.
in Space.
Yeah.
We got
We
to
met
meet
him.
him.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
He came.
Good guy.
He was our guest on our cable show that
Yep.
we had. He was super cool.
He was.
Well, anyway, on those wonderful notes, I guess I'll just say until next time for Three Geeky Dads. I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
Saying good night out there.
That's it.
Whatever you are. What a goose.
And don't lose your head.
Don't lose your head.
Tonight, the headman comes for you.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Tonight the horseman comes for you.
What a goose.
Watch your head. Ooh. Noxema, Noxema, Noxema. Oh, fuck that shit. Well, that was fun.
Oh, that was a good one.
I believe I can fly. With the backup dancer.
The backup dancer.
That's worse than a security guard. It's the worst Regina Hall impression ever. Sounds like Archie Bunker, and I don't mean it to.
Who are the opening bands? Crucial Taunt, Shitty Beatles.
Shitty
How are they?
Beatles.
They suck. So it's not just a clever name.
Oh, Meatloaf.
I hear they wail.
You're right.
You're right.
Oh, Crucial Taunt.
Excuse me.
She's a babe. Swing.
Swing. She's a robo babe. She's babylicious.
Oh, I go first tonight, huh?
Yes, you do.
Oh, all
Oh.
right. So
Yes.
I gotta pick
Oh.
out. I had a bunch of backups for the appetizer, so I gotta figure out what I want. Yeah. Okay. All right. I got the one I want.
You got the one you want?
Yeah.
We're doing, that I want. We're doing one appetizer and one geek flag thing too, because the other one ran like, I guess it brought the show to like over 2 hours.
Yeah,
so.
well, no, it's just
No, it was
because
all
we
of
had
us, plus New York.
We had
too.
talked so much about New York.
Yeah.
By the time we got to Geek Flag, it's like let's just try to limit it to
Yeah.
one.
All right.
That
And
way,
in the
that way
future,
people aren't snoozing by the time we get to the
I would
Geek
rather
Flag.
ramble about like the shows and the events rather than the geek flag thing. It could just be like one
Yeah.
go around, because I would rather have more of the meat section.
Meat.
If you meat.
We got the
For the
meat.
meat.
We have the meat.
Or is it beef?
No, it's meat.
Is it meat?
It's
Meat,
meat.
yeah, Arby's.
Plural.
Arby's.
Plural.
Yeah.
Right? It's
When
not
Wendy's
singular.
was where's the beef, and
That's
Arby's
the-
is we got the
Oh,
meat.
yeah. Where's the beef?
Clara Peller.
The meat shits.
Not the meat sweats.
The meat sweats.
You could get the meat shits too. Depends on where you get your meat. We had
Dude,
Taco Bell.
Dude, a
Beer
baconator.
shits, meat sweats.
Oh, a baconator could totally cause
Does a bear get the meat shits in the woods?
If you eat 2 baconators and you shit at Wendy's.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. Have you seen
Yeah.
Blood and Honey yet? Have we talked about
No,
that?
I
I
have.
haven't yet.
Oh.
I have. I liked it.
Isn't it
A
great?
I
fourth
liked
grade
it a lot.
A fourth grade class did.
Oh yeah, did you hear that?
I did. Yep, I heard about
I'm like,
that.
it's right there in the title. What
know.
asshole would put
Blood
on
and
something
Honey.
called Blood and Honey?
That
I think
had to
that
be deliberate. That's a guy looking
Yeah.
to get fired.
it must be.
Yeah, he must have been like shitty to begin with. He's like, I'm going out with a
Beatles?
bang.
Shitty Beatles.
The shitty Beatles.
It's not just a clever name.
All right,
Are you guys ready?
let's do
Want
it.
The joke.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's the Headless Horseman's favorite drink?
Oh no. What?
A decappuccino. Get it?
Oh.
like decapitated. But,
He's so
you know.
foamy. Brian's
French.
leaving. You've offended him.
Well, it's a bunch of French fucks. So, you know.
who has time for that? Fuck that.
He said French
that.
fucks, not Irish fucks. Where's he going? Oh, he's getting a drink.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that's did everybody do their opening thoughts? We did,
We
right?
did a lot of opening
That was a lot of
thoughts.
opening
a lot of
thoughts.
thoughts opened up.
I thought there was going to be more.
No.
It was-
Pause.
Did you do your
Hey,
opening?
Derek.
Well, did I did, and then we got bombarded with stuff.
Yeah.
Like now.
That's all right. Look at that.
We're pausing for station identification.
Look at that bottle.
Can I finish my opening thoughts
Yes,
from
I'm
15
sorry.
minutes ago?
I'm sorry.
I'm all done.
Are you?
I just wanted to be a dick.
Oh, did we do it? I thought we did
felt
it.
really bad, man.
Oh, we did get. We,
No, I'm
we got
messing
off
with
on a
Derek.
tangent.
It's good to mess with Derek.
I don't like getting messed with.
No.
I'm always the one that.
You're next to me. Even the name Ian McShane.
Yeah.
Arr.
Well, did you watch
Jonathan?
Deadpool? Not Deadpool. Deadwood.
No, I didn't.
I did.
He should.
Awesome on that
'Cause
show.
I
He
do
really
like
is.
him.
A swearingen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he lives up to
And-
his name. He
and
does a lot
American.
of swearing.
And American Gods too. He plays
Yes.
Zeus.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
No, he was Odin.
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 Mm-hmm.
Odin!
Yeah, Wednesday. Well, that's
right.
what they call
Yes,
it, Wednesday.
Mr. Wednesday.
Because
Oh,
it's
Mr.
Odin's Day.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
See you next Wednesday.
He was good on the
That's
show.
the only thing I can contribute to this conversation is Kentucky Fried Movie. Sorry.
Thank you,
not
John
a lot.
Landis.
Four strangers forced to live in a basement, a podcast, to find out what happens
See?
when people stop being polite and start getting real.
That's
the real
enticing.
world. Three
That's
geeky dads.
enticing, right?